Blake Walker. It is week 3 across the Central Iowa Sports Network CIML coverage area. We're looking forward to a great Friday of football, and we have a jam-packed show for you all. We got highlights, we got top 10 ranking, we have interviews with coaches, and much more coming on the CISN Football pregame show presented by Iowa Corn. All right. So now versus Ankeny Centennial, Jamison Patton early in the first quarter. Nice catch, nice throw. Jamison Patton off to a hot start with Ankeny this season. Easton Miller, Centennial running back. Going to get some great blocking up the middle and dive into the end zone. Took a hard hit but scores. Gives Centennial the early lead. Remember, they won last year's game between these two teams. Loving the new Ankeny Centennial helmets, by the way. Later in the second quarter, J.J. Cole to his favorite target, Jamison Patton, who faked a in-and-go route. Wide open. Can't quite get there. Gets shoved out of bounds at about the 10-yard line. First down for Ankeny. Immediately after. Very next play. How about J.J. Cole? Fake handoff, looking to the end zone, wide open. Maddox Ward caught and behind the pillar, blocked by the camera. But Ankeny scores. It's tied 10-10. Early in the third quarter, the final score of the ball game. Jamison Patton on a quick end-around reverse. Nobody's home. Ankeny wins and hangs on late. 17-10. The Hawks get revenge on the Jaguars. They move to 1-1 on the year. C.J. Phillip, a nice bounce-out run to the end zone. Touchdown early for Dowling Catholic in this one. There were quite a few touchdowns in this one for Dowling. Here's Rashad Davis, making a couple people miss. Works around the edge. Dowling has a nice two-headed horse at running back position. Two-headed monster, if you will. Great job by Dowling taking the lead early, and it would just continue. How about this? This is an intended squib kick that bounces off the Waukee Northwest defender, and then it's jumped on by Dowling. Just Waukee Northwest not being ready for it, and Dowling just not wanting to kick it back to a dangerous return man. How about just nearing the end of the half? Jackson Smollett caught by Cooper Nicholson into the end zone. Smollett continues to shine this year. Heck of a grab by Nicholson. Dowling takes a big lead going into the half. 31-3. Sam Johnson's pass intercepted, taken back the other way by Joe Hughes. Credit to Johnson for chasing him down. Not quite going to get to the end zone. Dowling would score immediately right after the interception. But Waukee Northwest gets the big play of the day. Sam Johnson to Cooper Sheafus. Wide open in the back of the end zone. Makes a diving play. That will be on our top 5 plays to end the season. But it's all Dowling Catholic. Take a look at the replay once again. Cooper lays out. Heck of a grab. Dowling wins 45-19. They move to 2-1 on the season. How about Connor Moberly? A nice floating pass right over the middle to Carson Robbins in for the touchdown. Southeast Polk's offense rolling early. Valley would not go away easily, though. Here's a nice play. Pitch and catch to Aiden Price. Nice little dump off. And Price, great blocking, uses his speed and jukes out a couple guys and scores. Tied 7-7 at the end of the first quarter. But after that, it was all Southeast Polk. Abu Sama showed up to the party, and after that it was over. Moberly, hand off to Sama, and just runs through a couple defenders. He cannot be tackled. The Iowa State recruit continued to shine under the lights, make it 17-7 in favor of the Rams. Sama put in a work, and then later, early in the fourth quarter, Southeast Polk trying to pull this game away. Moberly, another quick handoff, and Sama does the rest. What vision, what strength. Abu Sama continues to be one of the top players in the state. 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. Southeast Polk moves to 2-0.
Very nice.
Rankings and coach interviews for our big games here in week number 3. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show presented by Iowa Corn.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WauKeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WauKeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Blake Walker. We have coach interviews coming up next. Our very own Paul Yeager sat down to and talked to Coach Rick Nelson. That interview right now.
Okay. And then same thing for
Tom Wilson.
Yep.
Here on the pregame show, it's head coach Rick Nelson. Coach, last week, physical game. How have the guys recovered this week, and what have you worked on from last week?
Had one kid that's got hurt, Devin Akers, so he'll be out for a while. But other than that, I think just some bumps and bruises and soreness, and it'll be another one. Dowling is a very physical football team, well coached. So we'll have another game that's going to be a physical game. We just worked on Dowling changed their defense, so we are working on a few different things that we're going to do. They went to an odd front, 3 down. So we changed a little bit on offense, but defensively, we got to be ready to stop their quarterback. He's pretty good.
Well, we'll get to him in a moment. Let's go back to defense, which you said. You changed your defense. How is that progression of getting the kids in the right spots at the right time as designed?
It's a work in progress. This defense, we needed to have it come from 8th grade all the way up so the kids would, could keep building on it each year. And so we just really had the summer, and then you don't even get to put pads on. So I think we'll continue to get better throughout the year, and we'll take some bumps along the way. But I think anytime you wholesale change like we did, I think you can expect to have, maybe not be as solid as you thought you were maybe the last 3 years on defense.
When you mention quarterback, Jackson Smolik is a guy who's playing at an elite level, went to that elite camp, committed to Penn State. Guy like him, you think can maybe dissect a defense, or can you really think about one kid and try to scheme around him?
Well, if you don't have a quarterback, you can't win. It's in every level. So, last year when they lost him, that hurt their football team. He's a really good player. He gets the ball out quick. And that's what you have to do against our defense since we're a pressure defense. So he's really good at it. I think his now throws or his quick throws, he's around 90% completion. So he's a really solid player.
It's kind of like teams when they have to prepare for your guy. JJ. I think last week you talked about him progressing through his reads. How did he progress last week for you?
He did some nice things. He would have had probably two more touchdowns if we would have caught the ball. But that's football. We didn't, and we were able to win. It was just it was a game that you expect when you play Centennial because their kids play extremely hard. Every time we play each other, it's maybe one game on our side and then one game on their side where it was a blowout. Otherwise, it's been really close football games.
And that's kind of one of those, is it a gut check, a prep check to let guys know that, A, the season's for real, we're here, record is every night?
I just think with Centennial, these kids know each other, even though they go to different schools. Our youth program, football, they've all come across each other. So, I think that adds just a little bit of fuel to the fire.
Well, in this one, this game tonight, you guys know each other. You've played each other here. There are a couple of Ankeny kids on their roster, so you know that there's guys that are neighbors that know. But this is always this is a good measuring stick for you whenever you play Dowling.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, they have a lot of tradition. Coach Wilson does a really good job. The kids are well coached, like I said. I think maybe every year we've played them so this might be the 8th time. And you just notice that when you watch Dowling, their kids. It'll be a fun game for both teams, and you're going to have to execute.
So execution, and I'm guessing lack of turnovers, and everybody being on the same page. Those are keys tonight. What else?
Yeah, penalties can hurt you. They hurt drives or extend drives, depending on how you want to look at it. So we did a little better against Centennial than we did the first week, so we're hoping to make sure that we can control that with what we can control. Sometimes you can't, with the officials, they might see it a different way than what we see it as coaches. But, I thought the last 2 games was really officiated well, and so I don't see this being different tonight.
Lastly, on your offense, we talked about Cole, Akers out. Williams is a running back. How's he adjusting to your scheme as well?
Well, he's a good running back. I thought Waukee played us tough. Centennial always plays us tough. Dowling has a good defense. Southeast Polk has a good defense. So, our first 4 games, to get him out and be a leading rusher in the state, I think anybody that plays our first 4 games is that your rushing probably isn't going to be what, you'd like it to be, just because of who we're going against. And I'm not making excuses, but he's coming along well, we'll throw the ball to him, which is a new wrinkle for him. But he's a kid, and we just look for him to just keep getting better and better. And as we get a little bit better up front, we've got a couple new starters in there. I think our line will continue to improve.
All right, very good. That's head coach Rick Nelson of the Ankeny Hawks. The pregame show continues right after this.
Click squad of Tom Wilson. We'll go to that interview right now.
Okay.
And Dar.
Back here on the pregame show, Paul Yeager with Dowling Catholic head coach Tom Wilson. Coach, this year, finally, does it kind of feel like it's quote-unquote normal? We're not coming off of a year of all the goofiness. And do you feel like it's kind of back to the way it was maybe in 2019 or 18?
Well, I think so. Obviously, I think all of us still deal with some of the COVID stuff, but in terms of being shut down and spacing people out in the locker room or closing down the locker room or having kids in pods, life is a little bit normal now.
So you have to go back to huddling in your space on Sundays and Mondays as coaches. What did you see on your tape that you liked from last week? Team.
Well, really, we played a fairly complete game. We were able to get an awful lot of kids in the ball game. Waukee Northwest, obviously a young program, but familiar with their personnel and coaching staff and things like that. And they were a playoff team a year ago, and it's a game that, we controlled from the outset, which was nice after, week 1 playing Southeast Polk and that program. But really proud of our kids, how we bounced back and we're able to have some success.
You talked earlier this week about Polk maybe accelerated some questions or exposed some things. How have you addressed those? And you need another couple of weeks.
Well, I think first thing is Polk's a really good football team and obviously better than us in week 1. And they're going to give a lot of people a lot of problems. But, our job is to make our team better. We didn't think we tackled well. We didn't finish things at the line of scrimmage. We were able to score 28 points on a really good Polk defense, or 24 points against a really good Polk defense, and felt we left some out there, but it just shows you got to finish things, and when you got a chance to get them off the field on 3rd down, you've got to do that.
Tonight, your team, what is something you want to see happen?
We need to control the line of scrimmage. I think that's where Ankeny is really beating us. I think in the last couple of years. A year ago, they were a lot better football team than us. And we were, coming off where we'd lost our quarterback a couple of weeks prior to that. And they knew that we weren't much of a threat throwing the ball. And I, somehow we have to contain J.J. Cole. He's seemed to play well against us whenever he's gotten the opportunity, and easier said than done. But, we can do it by controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides.
You talk about Cole. You faced a lot of great athletic quarterbacks that can beat you with your legs and your arm. JJ is a guy that's really got an arm. Do you remember another kid with an arm other than your own Jackson Smolik? Because I'm guessing that's maybe what you're going to say. That plays like him throwing it.
Well, really what I think JJ does a really good job of is getting rid of the football. He doesn't just stand there and survey things. He's got a quick release. Obviously, you mentioned his strong arm, and he's going to take his shots downfield and has the people in order to do that. But I really think he's done a really good job of commanding that offense the last couple of years and getting rid of the football. And as you mentioned, he can make every throw. And there's a reason why he's so highly regarded and obviously deservedly so.
You're bringing your own guy that's pretty good too at quarterback. I kind of mentioned it a little bit. What's Jackson mean? I mean, he's had the injuries, he's come back, he's had an elite summer, to use the phrase of the camp that's launched his.
Well, he has, and I'm glad people finally got to see the Jackson Smolik that we've been watching, throughout our workouts, and kind of what we expected ever since, he was fairly young. And he's had a good start to this year, but I think he would tell you there's a lot of things that he has to get better at. But he also has a quick release and has a really good arm, and I think the big thing for him is he just wants to keep stacking good games upon each other. And, so far he's done that, but we realize that Ankeny is another challenge. So we'll need him to be really good for us.
This defense that you're playing is a little different, unorthodox, exotic, unconventional, whatever you want to call it. I think you told me you just kind of got to do what you got to do. Is that still the phrase?
Well, I think so. I think it limits you what you can do. Typically they're going to be bringing more than you can block, and that gets to be a difficult task. I think they do a good job in the secondary of masking the things that they would like to do. I think one thing that's effective on their end is no one else is running anything like this. You're going to get ready for this one time a year, maybe twice if you're lucky, and it's when you play Ankeny. And I certainly see where it has its benefits, and it's going to be difficult for us to handle. But they've given up 7 points in the first game and 10 in the second, so it may be unconventional, but so far it's been effective.
All right, Coach. Appreciate the time as always. Thank you so much. Have fun tonight.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, that's head coach Tom Wilson of the Dowling Catholic Maroons. The CISN pregame show rolls after this.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about our new top 10 rankings in Class 5A, along with some of the top games to watch across Iowa here on this Friday for Week 3. You're watching the CISN Football Pregame Show, brought to you by Iowa Corn. Okay. Welcome back.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel, dent, and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster? Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
We are.
We are so much more
Than an energy company.
We are connectors.
Community protectors. And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
Friends and neighbors.
Stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are.
Obsessively.
relentlessly
At your service.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
free Godfather's Pizza. Begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Blake Walker. Let's jump right into the new Class 5A rankings for week number 3. Southeast Polk is on top of the latest ranking. No surprise there. The Rams have been unstoppable this season with Caden Proctor leading the offense on the offensive line. There you see him in that picture there. And then Abu Sama in the running back position, Connor Moberly. That whole offense is stacked. Pleasant Valley into the number 2 position led by McDermott and company. Pleasant Valley out east is going to be tough. They run that spread offense. I expect to see them at the Dome at the end of the season. Ankeny struggled a little bit against Ankeny Centennial and Waukee. They come in at number 3 in our ranking. Dowling Catholic, big win over Waukee Northwest. They come in at number 4. Cedar Falls, very good, looking very good. They are sitting in at number 5 in the latest Class 5A rankings. Cedar Rapids Kennedy, a very sneaky team, looks pretty good this week. They have a tough match against Cedar Rapids Washington, but they come in at number 6. Valley falls to Southeast Polk. They do not drop pretty much at all in our rankings. They still come in at number 7. Sioux City East sneaking their way up into number 8. And then 2 new teams welcome themselves into the Class 5A poll. How about the Ames Little Cyclones jump into the number 9 position? Brian Sauser leading that team at the head coaching position. And then Johnston with the big win over Urbandale in the picture there to the right. They jump into our top 10 spot. That is your new Class 5A Top 10. Now let's jump over to our games of the week. And then just cut work. It is Ankeny and Dowling Catholic. Always going to be a good game. Ankeny won last year's matchup. Can Dowling get revenge for that semifinal game a couple years ago at the Unidome? We'll have to see. Should be a good game between Jackson Smolik and J.J. Cole. A great quarterback battle. Iowa City High and Ames. The battle for the Little Cy Hawk Trophy takes place in Iowa City this year. The Little Hawkeyes trying to recover from that Week 1 loss to Iowa City Liberty. They throttled Cedar Rapids Jefferson last week 77-0. Ames with 2 very close wins over Marshalltown and Fort Dodge. Can the Little Cyclones prove they are legit? Johnston with a big win against Urbandale last week. They take on a pesky Dallas Center Grimes team who barely lost to North Polk, who ranks top 5 in Class 3A. Newton taking on Marshalltown. Newton is no slouch. They have not lost yet this season. Marshalltown looked pretty good last week. Looks solid against Ames. That should be a good game at Marshalltown High School. Urbandale tries to recover from last week's loss against Johnston. They take on a Valley team trying to recover from Southeast Polk. It's the game of which team will recover better. Kennedy gets not a great fun matchup against Cedar Rapids Washington. Cedar Rapids Washington looks really good. They lead a lot of statistical categories in their class. Should be a tough match for Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Cedar Falls takes on Prairie. Prairie very good last year, struggling a little bit here to start. Cedar Falls could get a tough match on the road. And then Waukee takes on Ankeny Centennial, another one of our games this evening. That should be a very good matchup. Centennial looking to come off that loss against Ankeny. Waukee trying to ride high off their win against Roosevelt. Those are our top games to watch this Friday night. We want to thank everyone for watching our CISN Football Pregame Show Week 3 edition brought to you by Iowa Corn. We're going to send it out to Ankeny Stadium, where, as always, Paul Yeager has the call for Ankeny and Dowling. Paul, we're sending it out to you.
A warm good evening. Well, at least it was warm for a little while. The temperature going down a little bit. It's still going to be a hot night of high school football here from Ankeny Stadium. He's Tim Halber. I'm Paul Yeager. Jeff Brooks will be along with us momentarily. Good evening to you. Class 5A football tonight, Tim. Dowling Catholic comes in 1-1. The Ankeny Hawks 2-0. This is a game that for years had gone Dowling's way, and the last couple of years it's gone Ankeny's way. What's been the difference?
I think Ankeny stepped up their game. Coach talked about their weight programs developing. I think they just kind of stepped it up. They got some really good athletes on the squad. I think they've balanced out. I think we're looking at the top three teams, looking at Southeast Polk, Dowling, and the Ankeny High School.
Three of the best, and you're seeing them here all on CISN. They're about to do the national anthem, so we are going to step away for a moment, continue this pregame show as you are watching high school football on CISN. We'll have kickoff to the final zeros on the scoreboard tonight on our network. Back in a moment from Ankeny Stadium.
Do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows...
Back on the pregame show, Tim Halber, Paul Yeager here with you. Tim, where we left off was these are two really good teams, really strong teams. Let's not bury the lead any longer. We have two Division I quarterbacks doing battle tonight, future D1 quarterbacks. Ankeny brings in J.J. Cole, committed to Iowa State. Jackson Smolik, before the season started, had a low Division I offer, and then all of a sudden he went to an Elite 11 camp. Jackson Smolik is now committed to Penn State. What's it going to be like to have two hugely touted quarterbacks do battle in one game?
It'd be difficult to play defense tonight either on either the squad because you're looking at really two elite quarterbacks. They can make all the throws up and down the tree. So look for an exciting game. I think if the ground game stalls at all, these guys can put it up. And both offenses have that explosive capability to get a quick touchdown.
Defense is the interesting comment when you talk about Ankeny Hawk football this year. It is a new defense. It came from Stillwater, Oklahoma, a high school there. Ankeny is employing something that's a little different. It focuses a lot on one player, and that's Jamison Patton is the guy that is kind of free to go wherever he goes, but they also play off the ball a lot, and assignments are different. It is a work in progress. When you have a work in progress against Dowling, you're going to find out how well you've been studying.
Yes, because the defense they put in just this summer, so the players hadn't had a chance to go through camp, work on it very much. They haven't hit with it a lot. It's a lot of rushing. They can rush 6. They can rush 3. They have no hands in the dirt. They'll have 3 down linemen. But to confuse the linemen to get them to find the blocking assignments, and then you mentioned Patton is the one out there freeing. He has the speed to make up ground to make open field tackles.
Patton, you will see also on offense trying to be a target for Cole, and they went to him on a number of plays. We need a big play. They called JMO's number 2. So if you are an offense or a defense trying to prepare for one player, is there an easier one to prepare for, or one that you feel like, let's have him on the field for or he won't do as much damage?
I think the problem is if you try to worry about one player, you take yourself out of your game plan. I think you have to game plan. Just be aware, know your assignments. Make sure you cut it out, make a run back inside, back into the defense. But you get him, get outside, get some room out there to make a move. He's got the speed to take another gear and go to the house.
Well, it will be a different running back situation as well for Dowling Catholic tonight. C.J. Phillip has been battling a little bit of an injury. Rashad Davis likely to see a whole lot of time. We will talk a little bit more about each of them. We'll get Jeff Brooks into this. And before we go to break, Tim, real quickly on Davis, he's a different runner. He may not be the fastest, but he's going to be tough to bring down.
That's what coach says. He may not win a foot speed contest, but he's that little bowling ball going through there. He's going to be difficult. He's only a sophomore, so he's going to be around for a couple more years.
The coin toss, the kickoffs, and all the pregame festivities continue after this on CISM.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today.
It's Dowling Catholic and Ankeny from Ankeny Stadium tonight in Ankeny, Iowa and Central Iowa, and this is the Central Iowa Sports Network along with Tim Halber. I'm Paul Yeager. The Ankeny Hawks are off the field, as are the Dowling Catholic Maroons. Good crowd again on hand on the home side. The Hawks are flocking into the nest. Dowling Catholic always travels well, and they're still making their way into the stadium. We're just a few minutes away as we get ready for high school football here tonight. And this game, Tim Halber, we talked a little bit about C.J. Phillips' injury. He was going through pregame. It's always tough until you take that first hit to know how healed you are. If you are a player that's battling an injury, what's the mindset?
You have to go with the mindset that I'm going to play unless my body tells me no. You're looking at your cut. Can you cut both ways, side to side? And then sometimes it's either take and hit. The warm-ups, you kind of guys will pop you a little bit, or if you hit the ground, there's a jolt you enough that you go, if you can't get up, if it's going to stun you, then you're going to hurt your team. So usually you'll go through warm-ups thinking I'm going to play until my body says no.
Our game time temperature is going to be darn close to 80 degrees. The wind a little more of a factor than it has been in the last couple of weeks. It's out of the south-southeast at 13 miles an hour, which means it's moving from the right to the left as you're watching from the press box side here on the home side. A guy with a little better handle on what the weather conditions are like. It's Jeff Brooks. He's down on the sideline. Let's check in with Jeff for our first report of the night. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, how's it going up there? Yes, we have had rain games. I about quit after my first year because of it. Secondly, the wind's out of the north now.
Okay.
At about 12 to 17 miles an hour. So it's, I think you said south.
I did say south, and I was looking at the flags, and you're right. That's out of the north, but the weather app still says south.
Yeah, no, it is, and it's going to be a factor in this game. There is no doubt. It has switched since we got here. It's dropped at least 10 degrees, which is a great football atmosphere and weather, but it's not probably what the kids prep for windy conditions. Field's absolutely beautiful. It'll be a good night for football, so they just got to control things and both teams control their emotions, control the turnovers and the stuff they can't control. Weather will be fine. So,
Jeff, one more thing here from an emotion standpoint. Last week you knew it was a pretty big game for both of these squads.
Yep.
No letdown for Ankeny tonight can be here because they're facing one of the best teams perennially in the last 15 years in Central Iowa and Dowling Catholic. Otherwise, do you get concerned about a letdown from the sidelines?
Well, no. From what I saw down here, even last week, it was just business as usual. The only thing I'm worried about is what happened after the game emotionally with these kids. How much did they maybe let the holiday weekend settle in and, celebrate that win maybe a day longer than they should have. But, no, down here it looks like business as usual, really, for both teams. But, I think both know it's a big game. Dowling should have a little chip on their shoulder, right? They haven't won. Did they? When's the last time they won? Here at Ankeny, I think Ankeny's handled themselves pretty well the last few years. I think. I don't have the record in front of me, but it should be an awesome game, Paul.
All right, thank you very much. Jeff Brooks down on our sideline tonight with that report. So, Tim, I guess I'll let you answer some of the same questions as Dowling Catholic comes out onto the field 1-1. We talk about Smolik, Phillip, Davis. Jalen Thompson's going to Northern Illinois. Cooper Nicholson just makes plays, 205 yards reception, 3 TDs. That kid can play some football. We haven't talked about this defense, but, man, they're a good front, strong up front, good linebackers with some experience. Dylan Manning, Jimmy Wanek, they're in the middle of that linebacking core. What do you see or hear about this defense?
Watching some of the game tape, they're going to play a 3-down lineman with outside linebacker, see a 4-man front. Very athletic linebackers. They're a little bit lighter. They got some good size up there in the interior 3. They're going to want to pinch down and control the line of scrimmage. That Ankeny is still trying to find their running game with Jason Williams in there to get a little more speed in there. He's kind of getting the timing down. So they're going to challenge him to see if they can run the ball. They know they can pass, so I think this defense is really going to try to get some threes and out. The punting game has been a worry for Ankeny. They haven't had the strongest kicking game. With this win, that could be a factor later on.
Dylan Manning is a younger guy. Coach Tom Wilson says he's got a bright future. The leading tackler is Joe Hughes from the Rover linebacker position. There's been some changes from outside to inside, and really what the difference boils down to is scheme and assignment. Less passing, more stopping of the run.
Yes, that's what they're looking at there. They also bring up 2 very strong corners in Jake Anderson and Jared Rickey. He said those are the mainstays on the outside. How they line up against this talented receiving core of Patton. Maddox Ward's been doing well, so we'll see how they handle that game tonight.
And the Ankeny Hawks are onto the field in the Victory Gold, I believe is what these are called. And their head coach is Rick Nelson. Nick Nelson, Brady Waltz, Al Christian, Adam Booth, Jeff Bauer, Ben Schultz, Greg Schoen, Aaron Bauer, Dave Yount, Travis Carlson, Jack Ward, Jamie Cole, Jason Margison, Jason Boswell, and John Yount, your assistants. For Dowling Catholic, their head coach is Tom Wilson. He's assisted by Craig McClain, Jeff Motz, Audra Meeks, Adam Jack, Ryan Van Veen, James Smith, Peter Ramey, Jay Campbell, Andy Pollock, Brant Perry, Perot, Rob Paulus, Fred Tiernan. Great staff, worked with Dowling for a number of years, and those guys have been together for a long time. They won a few championships in a row. A lot of those guys, a couple of parts have changed on the defensive side. Kind of had to move some new people in. Tom Wilson's been the offensive coordinator, calls those plays. I think he's a little bit concerned about this game in what he's telling me beforehand. He goes, sorry, I don't say much. He's not saying Ankeny's in their head, but he certainly knows Ankeny has their attention. You've lost the last 2, and they just felt that Ankeny really kind of peaked when they played him the last 2 times.
And Ankeny's had some really good squads the last couple of years, so I can see that if you're not up for the game, I know Coach Nelson has said that 2 of the hardest hitting games they have throughout the year is the crosstown rival with Centennial and then also with Dowling Catholic. The third probably being Southeast Polk, really being the most physical teams they play. So Ankeny knows what they're facing here tonight. I know that Coach Wilson will bring his squad ready to play.
Let's listen into official Dave Rittman, our head referee.
For sportsmanship tonight. Have a great game. Ankeny has won the toss and deferred their choice to the second half. Dowling will receive.
So, flip it over. We're going to see the Dowling offense first against the Ankeny defense. This is high school football on CISN.TV. Tonight, several games we're watching. 2 of them are on the other feeds if you want to load up a second window and watch along with us. Ferndale is at Valley. And we're also watching Centennial at Waukee. We'll have the Jaguars next week when they host Cedar Falls here on CISN. Ankeny next week goes to Southeast Polk. The Rams host Waukee Northwest. Ames is at City High. DCG is at Johnston. We'll also be watching the Cedar Falls game tonight. They are playing Prairie. So we'll keep an eye on those, keep you updated, and keep you ready to go here tonight. So as you look at it real quick, Tim, now knowing what you have in the Dowling offense, what do they need to do out of the gate?
They need to get the running game and test this Ankeny defense to see can they maybe quick counter, can they counter that surprise defense. It's unconventional or not conventional as he called it. So can they handle that? Will it mess up assignments, or can they control that line of scrimmage?
Running the football last week, Centennial had success in that opening drive. I would imagine Dowling looked at that tape and went, that was successful. Let's try to duplicate that. That's what football programs do. They steal or borrow from somebody else in something that works. I would imagine we're going to see Dowling try to run the football early.
Dowling's got 2 anchors at offensive tackle. Kyle Rockers, George Nahas. Those guys come at 275, 265 respectively. See them run behind the tackles tonight.
Back deep for the Maroons is Jake Anderson, and Anderson is going to be the one who takes the football at the 2. He's at the 10, 15, 20, hit, spins his way to about the 23-yard line before he's brought down by the Hawks, number 10. That is Jacob Moorfield. Right above or below Moorfield in the program is number 11, Devin Akers. Akers out now, broken collarbone. You saw him in the pregame standing on the sideline, so that'll be a change on offense. They'll have to make adjustments. But first, it's the Dowling offense. They spread it out to the left and right with one receiver, and the man in the backfield is Davis. And they go Davis first play off right side, and he's hit at the line by Jamo. No gain on that play. Maybe a yard.
Playing something similar to a rover back in the backfield, coming up with the speed. We'll let the linebackers take up the blockers and getting the tackle.
3 receivers come to the left. The one you want to watch is number Nicholson. Here comes that pressure. They get it quick on Nicholson. Down by Reed Johnson. He was the last man. If Johnson can't bring him down, that's going to be more than a first down, up to the 38-yard line. Chains will move for the Maroons.
Lined up trips there on the left side. The one man goes down, does a little dig route, comes back, is wide open.
Davis, Nicholson, and Thompson come to the near side. They send Nicholson in motion from near to far. Smolik, empty house backfield. Quick throw, caught, and then popped. Not really a tackle per se by Sandvik. Moore just kind of pushed him down in the back. He's going to have to wrap him up, otherwise that could come back to bite him. Big play, almost 6 yards on that for the Maroons.
Sometimes better to go actually get the tackle than try to make a big hit, but not wrap your arms around the running back.
Smolik has Davis behind him. Snap of the ball, they give it to him on the run option. He is grabbed at the ankles behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like it was Nolan Morrison was there first. There is a penalty flag back at the 44. 10:22 to play here, first quarter.
If they picked it up.
Face mask on the defense. 5-yard penalty. That penalty results in a first down.
2nd and 4 with a 5-yard penalty becomes 1st and 10 up at the 49. First down play, Smolik looks to the right, throws, little too tall pass intended for Bo Gamble, incomplete.
It appears the Dowling offense to counter that rush, that odd rush that they come at is that Smolik is not really taking a drop. He's just taking the snap and doing these quick outs, giving him time to get a throw.
No huddle offense for the Maroons. They've been doing that for a while, and they're trying to catch this Ankeny defense off guard a little bit. 2nd down and 10. Maroons pause, look for a new signal from the sidelines, get back up on the line. Gamble near side, as is Nicholson to the left of Smolik. He's looking left, throws, caught right at the same time, arriving there to about the 34-yard line. Let's check in for the first time tonight in game with Jeff Brooks down on our sideline with this report. Jeff?
Hey, yeah, so opening drive for Dowling Catholic, boy, they looked really good. Just dink and dunk and quick passes, mix in a run. You know, Ankeny better shore up that defense. But scoring into the wind on your first possession, especially this win, that's a pretty good thing to have happen to you to start the game. So Ankeny needs to figure that out, see what they do on their first opening possession here.
Usually these two teams save a wrinkle or two for each other. Let's see what the Hawks do on first down from the 34. 3 receivers to the left for Cole. He's going to go Williams left side. He's got Kingston leading the way. Coming around the backside to make the tackle is Jimmy Wanek after about a gain of 2.
Nice job of that defense of Dowling spreading it out, going from side to side, not giving Williams much of a lane to run, only giving a couple yards.
2nd down and 8, 9 minutes on the clock. JMO comes near side. Maddox Ward goes to the top of the formation. Cole flushed, steps out, going to run it, and going to get the first down and then some. He levels a hit, takes 4 Maroons to bring him down all the way up to the 46-yard line. Huge gain for the Hawks as J.J. Cole shows, hey, I can run it too. Gain of 17.
Good read there. Because Patton was out here on the right side taking some coverage with them and then open up the middle of the field. It's a good read. J.J. Cole doesn't run very often, but when he does, when you're selective like that, you can make these big gains of plus 10 yards.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Same spot the Maroons scored on their last drive. They've got 2 receivers stacked up on top of each other near side. They're looking for Patterson. Cole runs out of time, throws it long, and looks like the out and up, just not quite there. Jamison Patton was there, as was Will Hinrichs.
Hinrichs had a big game last week, and he's developing into a really good receiver, go-to receiver. I think Cole had his clock was going off because I've been back here. I need to get rid of the ball before he got sacked. Looking for there's a late developing. It's a deeper route on the right side. So see if they come back here on 2nd and 10.
Hawk offense from the 47. 8:15 to go first quarter. Cole looks to the left. Now he looks down the middle. Throws. Ward catches it. He was hit as he caught the ball, if not a beat before. Some of the Ankeny coaches kind of thinking that defender was early, and that defender was Jimmy Wanek.
Good concentration by Ward coming across the middle. He settled in there, came across. It appeared he got hit before, but the concentration to still go get the ball because you can't always rely that the flag's going to be thrown. So good concentration, good read by Cole across the middle, picking up 9 crucial yards.
Could be Williams on this. Cole's going to go under center at 3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak up the middle, spins his way. JJ runs up to the 35. He only needed to get to the 33. So the Hawks will move the chains.
That's what a 6'7" frame will do for you. Just get behind that big tackle there.
You saying 6'7" is an advantage in athletics or something, Tim?
Not that I wouldn't know what 6'7" is like.
5'7's more my speed. 1st and 10, the give to Williams underneath, and he almost breaks free. Jimmy Wanek, I guess I only have to know number 41 for this defense early on. Hawks go no huddle. They bring two receivers, Ward and Patton, to the near side. 2nd and 5. Williams next to Cole in the backfield. The give is to Williams. He goes off left side, and that's a wall of white that he meets. Jimmy Wanek there also. Cody Hikus there. Seven 0 Dowling. They scored on a big play to their guy that seems to do everything, and that's Cooper Nicholson. He had 71 of the 72 yards on that opening drive. One way or another, a lot through the air. 3rd and 5. This is one of the first true tests for the Hawk offense. Looking for Patton down the near side. They throw underneath. It's caught by Erlmeyer at the 29, well short of the first down. They were kind of hoping, I'm guessing, that he could escape from that.
It's always tough when you run on a 3rd down route. You run it under the sticks because you're relying on a run there. So now it's a little bit long for a field goal to see what their final decision here, because that would be about a 45-yard field goal.
Even with the wind, and that's always... Now, Cole's eyes, you can't really tell his eyes, but his head was all looking left with the three receivers, and they came back underneath to Erlmeyer. Ward, Ermile, and Patton are on the left side. In motion goes Patton. 5 on the play clock. Hawks get set. Throw to Ward at the sticks. He has it, still running. If he can break free, he might score, but all of a sudden, he's caught at the 20. Gain of about 7 on that play, enough to move the chains for Ankeny.
Move Patton across the formation from left to right, drew the corner, obviously, but also pulled the safety over there. So when you run that delayed drag route across the middle, it's going to create Ward being open. He was dancing along the line of scrimmage, or the first down line there, but he took it upfield and got a first down. So good pass by Cole, waiting for the route to open.
1st and 10 from the 21. A nice sustained drive for Ankeny to start their possession. They go Williams back up the middle, but notice the play action that could be there if you allow it. Let's see if the Hawks decide to go back to that formation. That's something not every team will do. They'll run the same formation, but then they'll do something different. I think if Cole keeps that bootleg, it's a Chuck Long at Michigan State run into the end zone there.
Right. Also, Rumley there, nose tackle got in there, shut off his blocker. He was great to that no gain, almost had it for a loss.
Ralston Rumley playing in his hometown. His sister Jasmine was an Ankeny Hawk, so this game has a little extra zip. Ward's pass the intended receiver. It's tipped and nearly picked off. Falls to the turf in front of Justice Williams. It'll be quickly 3rd and 11.
That was floating up there for quite a long time. I don't know if the defensive back got a hand on it that popped it out of his hands. Good throw. So now it's another 3rd and 11 here for the Ankeny Hawks.
This would be only a 40-yard field goal attempt. I'm sure the Hawks would like to try to keep their offense on the field. 4-11, 3rd and 11. Cole throws. It's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Big paw in there is Cody Hikus. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. Field goal attempt coming for the Hawks.
Try to hit a little out route to Patton there. But Hikus did a good job getting his hands up and tipping the ball back.
And I think it would have been a long attempt after that catch if it would have happened for Ankeny. They might have gotten about 5 yards and made this field goal a little easier. But it's going to be an attempt from the near hash for Keegan Warner. Out of the hold of Austin Bailey. The kick is up. It's long enough, and it is good. 7-3. Hawks cut in and score on their opening possession. 4:04 to go here in the first quarter.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, Start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
To a Dowling touchdown, trail 7-3, but they score in their opening possession, and that win that Jeff Brooks talked about in the open blows the football off the tee. As you look to the north, it's still some very, very high clouds. There is a system moving from the northwest to here. That front is, say, at Fort Dodge, if I may play meteorologist for a while. I'm not going to dress up in an Elvis costume like our buddy Ed Wilson, but
Ed can pull it off.
Warner will get his leg into it. High kick, going to be taken. Davis drifts into the end zone, and he'll have no return. All right, Jeff Brooks, wind starting to howl. Offense kind of stalls out. What else happened there, Jeff?
Yeah, well, so Dowling's defense really played a great series there, even though they allowed the 3 points, but they held that Ankeny offense. A lot of good defensive plays there. They held them in check with the run and knocked down that pass and whatever. But that was a good answer by Ankeny, getting 3 points on the board. That could be loom large down the road. So, yeah, good start to the game both ways.
Maroons take it, 1st and 20 from their own side of the field, which is the south side right now. Smolik will turn around, give it to Davis. Up the middle, big hole. Gets through, and P.J. Westover finishes it off, but really the start was done by Nolan Morrison. Huge gain on first down, gain of 7.
Heavy formation with the tight end, with Thompson. Bo Gamble out there as receiver getting the blocks. If they had an overload to the left side and just ran behind the blockers there to pick up, 6-7 yards.
Jalen Thompson, the big tight end on the near side. Otherwise, it's 3 receivers to the top. And going in motion up that way is C.J. Phillip. They throw it to Phillip onto the swing pass. Spins his way through, and he's going to be very close to the first down, maybe short by about a yard. Host of Ankeny tacklers up there, including the last guy off the pile was Noah Staub.
Trent Jacobs, name we called a lot last week, and got there first. Made him turn inside, and fouled in, but still got 2-yard gain on that quick little out pattern. Little flare pattern out there for the running back.
Bo Gamble. Looked like that was Cooper Nicholson to the top. They're going to give it to Davis up the middle, and he's going to get the first down. Nicholson there, as well as Reed Johnson, the tackle for Ankeny.
Something we heard a little bit in the pregame was about Dowling coming out a little bit quicker count, not looking to the sidelines for a play, trying to catch that defense still in motion, trying to find their rushing lanes.
Ankeny's still trying to figure out all of their assignments. In fact, they don't have anybody on both receivers down here. Westover's kind of guarding 2-on-1. The handoff is to Phillip up the middle, and he's just going to get behind that big offensive line. Max Shelton, Cade Batterton, Kyle Rockers, Nate Agos, and George Nahas clearing the way up to about the 39. Staub and Cale Halstead last to get off the pile in that tackle. Second and 1. Phillip hit as he got to the line of scrimmage, but he already had a full head of steam. He'll get the first down, Nicholson and also Cade Benetham. Benetham. I'm going to get it right, Jeff. I am. Benetham.
Cade.
Cade.
Let's call him Cade. Big Cade.
1st and 10 from the 41 of Dowling. The Hawk offense is off the line. The quick throw. Caught by, I think that's Gamble up there. It was. Gain of 5.
Jackson's got a nice release, winds up and releases it quickly, getting it out there, knowing where his receivers are going to be.
Gain of 3, second and 7.
Gain of
Makes it tough
5.
to defend.
Gain of 5. Gain of 3. Sorry. Again, I'll be curious to see what Dowling does when that Ankeny defense is off the line of scrimmage like that. If they'll option into something else. Trips to the near side. They go with the handoff. Phillip is blown up. Diego Jackson, J-Mo Patton. Diego Jackson, Tim, was talked about by the coaches this week, saying that guy needs to bring a little bit more. We need to see him on every play. He was absolutely in there on that one.
Yeah, they had the linebacker blitzing off his inside hip, so he had single coverage to the outside, blew it up, got past the tackle, and was able to get the running back in the backfield. Normally he's been having a head of steam, so good rush there by Diego.
Rare negative play for the Maroons. Hawks force they get a little jumpy and may have crossed the line. That also is a little bit of that disadvantage of the discipline needed.
On the defense, number 33, 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
Well, it's still going to be 3rd and long, Tim.
Yeah, these are the penalties that the coach hates because they would have to put it in the wind. You don't want them to gain a first down here, or you give some yardage in field position here when you have the wind at your back.
Now 3rd and 7. 2 receivers left and right for Smolik. Play clock did not start as it should have, so I'm not sure what the play clock's at. Smolik steps under. Huge hole in the middle. He's going to get the first down. He slides at the 48. He only needed to get to the 50.
Not a very generous mark by the line judge here.
Well, first contact, right, is what they're supposed to call. We'll see it here on the replay. We're going to watch this replay. Smolik, that's probably a design play to run everybody out of the coverage. Boy, yeah, he should have been all the way up at about the 47, maybe.
Yeah. Still
Lost
first
a couple
down,
of yards.
but you wouldn't have stopped because you had the wind at their back.
Smolik gives it to Phillip. Phillip has some dancing room, and boy, he's going to get 7-8 yards. 9 seconds, 8. That's how P.J. Westover and also Trent Jacobs make the tackle. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Both teams score on their opening drive. It's Dowling Catholic 7, Ankeny 3. Back in a moment on CISN.
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Dowling runs 14 plays in that first half, 74 passing, 31 rushing, total 105. The Hawks, 18 yards passing, 26 yards rushing, only on 9 plays. 7-3 is our score as we begin quarter number 2 from Ankeny Stadium. Dowling Catholic has the football in white, 2nd and 3 from the 42. Going to be a quarterback keeper again. Smolik is stood up, and his second effort, good second effort, up to about the 40. Our post-game interview last week of, Trent Jacobs and Nolan Morrison in there for the tackle.
Brian Mayer in there got a hit out of him and then knocked him backwards.
3rd down again for Dowling. Let's see what they call here. Seen a couple of quarterback draw. Quick up to the line, first sound, they go. Quick throw, nearly intercepted. Reed Johnson jumped that pass that was intended for Cooper Nicholson. And is Dowling going to go for it? They have the wind. Joe Kingston comes in. I don't think the Hawks think Dowling are going to punt this football away.
Good thing that pass was low because it would have been higher. I think Reed would have been able to pick that pass off. So,
and then I think Reed Johnson runs for a while.
Yes. They have gone to the heavier package to the left side behind Kyle Rockers, bringing in, Bo Gamble in there for blocking to see if they do the same thing.
4th and 2. Smolik takes it right side. He stood up. He's going to be stopped short.
Hunter Kaiser in there first. Turned him on the inside.
Trent Jacobs and Connor Kaiser.
Yep.
Let's watch the replay here. It was a huddle, and Dowling hasn't done much huddling, and sometimes when you haven't done something for longer than a couple of days, you're thrown off. I think some of that timing was just messed up there, Tim.
Yep, didn't get the block on there because he's reading to see where the lane is, but then that's when you keep your lane assignments. Connor did a good job coming across the line. He wasn't going to get him to the outside, turn it back into where all the bodies are, not giving a forward progress. So see if this turnover on downs helps the Ankeny offense.
J.J. Cole goes to work, 3 receivers to the right at the 11-14 mark here in the second quarter. Williams gets the handoff. He has some space. He pushes his hand and a defender down, gets up towards midfield before he is brought down by Justice Williams, the free safety, the senior at 6'1", 180.
Jason Williams cuts it to the outside, likes to cut it back up to the center of the field. That's the definition of a north-south runner. He's not looking to go at the outside and run out or anybody. He's taking it in, stiff arm, pick up the hard yards, but brings up a 2nd and short.
The give is to Williams, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and still fall forward for a yard. Kind of a slow developing play. Ralston Rumley, the tackle, told a quick story there about Rumley. Rumley's sister Jasmine, an outstanding swimmer, softball player at Ankeny. Ralston has always been in the Dowling football program from a little kid. He just always has been there. Really no question of where he was going to play high school ball. And he's there lined up on the defensive line on 3rd and short for the Maroons. Williams goes in motion. They throw back, screen. Ward, he drops it, and probably a good deal because he was probably going to be stopped well short of the first down. He probably was going to lose about 3 plays. Incomplete.
Good rush on the right side. Hagan, Rumley getting in there, causing J.J. Cole not to set his feet, to throw the fake to the right and throw back to the left. Couldn't get his feet, so couldn't get anything on the ball. That play was blown up. So a 3 and out for the offense.
I think Dowling, they saw something that they sniffed that play out, that was coming. Reed Johnson, the low liner into the teeth of the wind, bounces at the 25 and will take an Ankeny bounce inside the 20. That's about as far as it's going to go, maybe the 19.5 before it's down by Lucas Beroth. All right, Jeff Williams. We've talked about this wind. You just punted into the wind. What else is going on down there?
Yeah, so really that has factored in a huge bit down here. The wind is it's sneaky. So I think that both teams can take advantage of the wind if they continue to do the things they're doing. But we'll see here. Dowling surprised me they didn't kick that field goal. So one other thing before we go. Jasmine Rumley, if she's listening, watching her brother, one of my favorite human beings ever. I was so happy to get to know her playing softball with my daughter, Olivia. Great person, great family. Best of wishes to them tonight.
Pass complete to Hank Brown, and he's quickly stopped by P.J. Westover, who was the Hawk Defensive Player of the Week. And I'm going to tag on to what Jeff said there, Tim, about Jasmine. She was so fun to watch swim and play softball. Just quick hands, could turn on a pitch, played a good third base for Dave Bingham's Ankeny Hawks, and always wishing well for her as she's at Tennessee. Handoff is to Rashad Davis, and he'll get off left side. I was covering the state swim meet a couple of years ago watching Jasmine swim, and you're just like, she was a different swimmer in the pool than a lot of the other girls that day in Marshalltown.
Great to see the family connection here between Ankeny and all the schools here in the metro area.
3rd and long again for the Maroons. They're at their own 22. They need to get up to the 39 or 29. Handoff Davis. He's got it if he keeps going. Penalty flag. Wrestled down is for Ankeny, number 9, Cale Halstead makes the tackle, but I don't think this play is going to stand.
Might be a holding penalty. The line judge is pointing back at the Dowling offensive line.
Holding, offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, third down.
Dave Rittman on the microphone and the call there.
So George Nahas, the tackles, are like, why do they call out the numbers on holding penalties?
Why do they what?
Why do they call out our number? You know, they all other their penalties. Then the poor linemen, they don't get any recognition. They call out their number on as one little, and they hold basically at most plays anyway.
Mama's going to know that he committed the penalty. And everybody else in the stadium knows too, so they call the number. Anyway, I remember that was back in the 80s. Even in college, they didn't call out your number. Smolik, empty house. Quick throw, caught on the little screen. Bailey there in open space. We've seen a lot more tonight of Austin Bailey. He's made a couple of big plays, especially right there to get his defense off the field.
That was a great look in there that Cooper Nicholson was going to turn it in, but that's a good open field tackle. Then as he tried to break away, got wrapped around his legs and stopped it for no gain. So that's what you want to see, is breaking down, using good technique, and getting an open field tackle.
Cooper Nicholson stands 3 yards deep in his own end zone to punt it away. He'll have the wind at his back. He'll get a high but somewhat short kick that's headed out of bounds, bounces at the 45, takes a Dowling roll, and it'll die on the Ankeny side of the field. Evan Erlmeyer and JMO were back deep. So now the Hawks go back to work here on offense, Tim. Since that opening drive, teams make adjustments. What has Dowling done defensively to Ankeny so far here on adjustments?
They're getting a rush on there. You know, I'm surprised at that. JC has had some success rushing. They did have the fake last time to Patton. We saw him last week rush the ball a little bit. They do the fake reverse coming around. So see if they want to spring him here. But just not a lot of time for Cole to get a good passing tempo down.
Kruger and Patton on the top. Cole looks to the right. He has a wheel route if he takes it, but Cole drops a shoulder. He was wrapped up initially at the line of scrimmage by Joe Hughes. Patton was there as somewhat of a safety valve, and they almost could have ran that play where they run forward, kind of both guys moving at the same time, but just the ad-lib didn't work. Hawks again on the offensive side, gain of 4. Play action again, caught by Patton at the 45. He shakes and bakes, gets out of bounds on the stiff arm at the 40. He sends down to the turf Jake Anderson. Very, very close to the first down, but I think it's going to be short by less than a yard.
Yeah, right foot went down, so he's about a foot short. So that stiff arm gave him about a 4-yard gain, so what would have been about a no-yard, maybe 1-yard gain on the pass pattern, roll out there. Good use of stiff arm, so it brings up a 3rd and 1.
There's a look at the replay as Patton made a nice move, good stiff arm. Boy, he was close. Just depends on where he stepped out of bounds, but it'll be 3rd down. Cole take it around the left side, and I think he did fall forward. They're going to move the chains.
They're saying 1st down. Initially hit right when he took the snap, took it off over the left guard.
Up the middle. Drew Montevice, Tristan Mullis, Ryan Mayer, Bragan Carter, Joe Kingston. There's been a couple of other linemen rotating in as they try to keep fresh and keep moving. Hawks have it, 6:47. Cole gives it to Williams. He had a shadow right there at the moment he took the football of Braden Pearson. No gain, but half a yard on that play.
Still looking to create a running game on the inside the tackle. Dowling's having nothing of it, stopping it, but is keeping it honest. They're playing a 2-deep safety back there, so they're not going to let anything happen deep. They're definitely keeping the receivers in front of them.
Stacked receivers to the left and right in this formation. Cole on second, throws it to Patton. Makes one guy miss. He could get to the outside, but he just cannot do it. Great defensive discipline by the Maroons on that far side. And I think that was Ralston Rumley out there in coverage. We'll see here on this replay.
Yeah, he got past the first tackler, but then good speed there, pursuing the football, stopping it for no gain. Looked like he was ready to bounce to the outside and pick up some yards.
3rd and 9 all of a sudden for the Hawks. They need to get all the way up to near the 30-yard line. Cole goes to Patton, nearly caught and in stride but dropped. Patton was looking at how far he could run and just flat out dropped it. Dylan Manning there on coverage. Boy, the crowd on the near side really wanted to cheer on that one. As you'll see here, Patton, all the one-on-one coverage, kind of just a tight little slant, 8 yards in, incomplete.
Bring the skinny post up the inside hashes there. But they've been running him just little flare outs. They had little, out routes for him. So it's the first time they see him really take a deeper route. It's there. It's there for the taking later on.
Short kick again. And it's going to barely get to where the first down was. And Reed Johnson is going to run and get an earful when he gets to the sidelines. But all he's going to get is a pad because he's playing defense. Roosevelt leads Ottumwa 14-0 end of the first quarter. What's that Valley score?
Urbandale up 7-0 over Valley with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Centennial up 14-0 over Waukee.
Handoff C.J. Phillip. He thought he should have had a little bit more than he did. But Trent Jacobs didn't let that go any further. Urbandale snuck up on Johnston last week, right?
He did.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Phillip up the middle. Hit. And finally brought down. Diego Jackson there. Connor Kaiser. Reed Johnson. Nicholson. I think Jack on the sidelines was there. A lot of guys in on that tackle.
More traditional front, 4-man front on that series of downs. We'll see what they do here on a 3rd and 4. If they play 2 down linemen, if they run a rush 6. Definitely a passing down for Dowling.
In motion is one Maroon. That's Nicholson. And he nearly had it. Circus catch also. In fact, that might have been intended not for Nicholson.
But for Gamble.
But instead for Danny Nielsen. Let's see this on the replay. And again, all of a sudden, Tim, another 3 and out for an offense here.
Good defensive series. They had 6 on the line with it playing off, creating a 10-yard cushion up there, letting them run their routes and then attacking the route. So, appears to be open, isn't always open by the time the pass gets there.
Erlmeyer and Jamo back deep for the Hawks. Nicholson's kick is short. It's going to go out of bounds, or no, it's going to hit at the 40 and take a great Maroon roll inside, approaching the 20. Boy, didn't go very far in the air. And then Patton picked it up. Maybe not the smartest decision there. He had no help, just trying to catch the defense off guard. All right, Jeff Brooks. 7-3's our score, 4 minutes to go. What do you know?
Sometimes it's just the little things in every ball game, right? You had a drop pass, probably could have been a touchdown. Bad punts on both ends, changed the field position. On that last pass play for Dowling Catholic, that was a bad snap by the center, which threw the rhythm off of that quick button hook pass. But we'll see if they settle down. Defenses, they'll give them credit. They've settled in here too.
Williams on the play, fake. They go to Maddox Ward, and that's a dropped pass. That would have been a good gain. Right there for the Maroons in the neighborhood was Matt Hanton.
And Ward's middle living coming across the middle. It's a very unlikely drop for him. It's a tough place to take a catch. So, but that's going to be there. It's been there all night.
2nd and 10. Overloaded to the near side of the field are the Hawks. Cole looks downfield, has some time. He's going to tuck and run and escape one Maroon, but not Jimmy Wanek. It'll be 3rd and long after a gain of maybe 3.5.
Dowling defense lined up heavy on the left side. They had 4 guys over 3 guys trying to get a rush on there, which really is on the passing arm of Cole trying to get a rush on. But what happens is it opens up the middle of the field for a pick of a positive yards by the quarterback. So good read there, making it a 3rd and 7 instead of a 3rd and 10.
Cole, hard snap count, got the guy over center. Rumley to jump. It's not going to be enough to make a first down, but it'll make it a much different play call. Instead of 3rd and 7, it'll be 3rd and 2.
Encroachment, defense, number 56. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
A little long for the quarterback sneak. You might see if there might be a quick hit slant. Because both time Ward and Patton have been open on that inside slant route.
3rd and 2 from the 28. Williams gets the call, and by golly, he's going to still be short, but a lot kind of made up some ground late. Rumley, the tackle for the Maroons, 4th and short. So,
clock running.
Both teams with 3 timeouts. If anything, Ankeny's trying to run 25 seconds off this clock. They've run J.J. Cole on this play, 4th and short. You don't get it, though, Tim. That's 29 yards to the score with 2.5 minutes and all your timeouts.
With their punting into the wind, they could probably get the ball down to the 45 or 40-yard line.
But punting has been a challenge. Hawks are going to take a timeout. So will we. 2:24 to play. 7-3 Dowling.
Timeout.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students. Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa.
Ankeny Stadium, Ankeny takes a timeout, and they said they're going to punt the ball away. Reed Johnson gets it away. And it's going to be taken on the run by the Maroons, and stopped almost immediately is Trey Wilson. We'll see what Tom Wilson has to say to Trey about taking that father-son moment there.
Decent kick, but one of those when they're low liner, you catch it, go straight upfield. Don't try to do anything too much. Get as many yards as you can. But so now they have 51 yards to the end zone here with 2:14 left and all their timeouts.
Dowling had 72 yards on their opening drive. They're at a total of 115 now. Hawks have only had 24 yards since their opening drive, so it's been a tough go since that first possession. Davis gets it, and then he's going to go ahead and get a good 5-6 yards on that play. Clock moving as we approach 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 7-3 Ankeny trails Dowling Catholic. Hawk defense gets on the line. They go Davis left side. He gets through the stack, but then meets a bunch of yellow. And it's going to be about a yard short.
Yep. Taking valuable time off the clock, I think they will eventually hit a pad if they don't get a first down here.
So offensive lineman Kingston in there again on defense, Tim. Yep. Is he lathered up, you think, yet?
I think he was lathered up when he got off the bus. I think he was ready for this game. It's a big game.
3rd and 1. The give to Davis before the snap. There's a whistle.
Not sure if the defense came across quickly or no. It's
offense.
That's what it does. They all line up off the ball. They take off, so the offensive lineman flinched.
Full start. Not 11 players set. 5-yard penalty. Remains third down.
Okay, so now if you're Dowling, do you run the ball now to force Ankeny to call a timeout if Ankeny's able to stop Dowling on this play, which will be 3rd and 6, where it was previously 3rd and 1?
I'd run the ball because Ankeny hasn't shown the ability to move the ball down the field. So if you had to punt with a minute to go, I don't think Ankeny has done much.
Smolik, quick throw, caught short of the first down. Halstead knocks out the big tight end, Jalen Thompson. When I say big, he's 6'4", 235. Big dude.
Like he's been a preseason All-State tight end. They recognized him as being big guy, 6'4", 235 going to Northern Illinois. Expected to see him more of a target tonight, given that, the way the defense plays.
56 seconds to go. Hawks have 2 timeouts. As of now, Ankeny thinks that Dowling's going to run a play. They still have Smolik on the field. Maroons will take a timeout.
If they run the ball, they can run off 5-7 seconds off the clock before they stop the ball. So.
Dowling Catholic. That's their first full timeout of the half.
All right, let's take a look at some of the other scores from around the area tonight as this game is 7-3. Dowling leads Ankeny. Southeast Polk 21, Waukee Northwest 7. Urbandale leads Valley 7-0. Centennial has put 14 on the board at Waukee. No score yet. Update from Prairie and Cedar Falls. Johnston leads DCG 27-0 in the second. No score reported yet between Ames and City High. The reason we're talking about Prairie and Cedar Falls, next week we'll have Cedar Falls at Centennial here on CISN. So Patton and Erlmeyer are going to go back deep for the Hawks. I think anything inside the 20, you may have to back up to the 10. They're only going to put one. They're going to put they're going to put Sandvig here as a safety, just making sure it's not a fake. Maroons have been known for trickery, but they're going to punt it away with Nicholson. High, short kick. It's going to bounce and take a great Dowling roll inside the 10 at the 1 foot line. Boy, that's Taylor reminiscent of the Iowa Hawkeyes punt coverage there.
Yes.
The MVP of last week's game for the Iowa Hawks.
I'd be happy if we'd have the same outcome tomorrow. So I would guarantee that the Hawks scored their first touchdown of the season tomorrow.
That's a huge game decree.
Yeah, it is. But now what do you do here? You're on the 1 foot line. Quarterback sneak, a good rush in there. They're expecting it.
I think that's what you do. You have to. You just get behind. You hope Ryan Mayer and maybe you have a different couple of guys that get in on that guard position. But Dowling's going to be pressuring it. They're like, guys, we can steal 3 here. We can get a 3 the Hawkeye way.
They have Cole rush it, and usually a running back comes up behind him and shoves him forward.
Cole gets his head down and he does get out of the end zone. And before too much time rolls off the clock, I think Dowling called a timeout. Coming up at halftime, we're going to be talking volleyball. We'll have a volleyball interview from the Ankeny Hawks. And those that want to see the marching band, we will do a halftime show with the marching band at some point this season, just not tonight. The band is in half uniform, and they'll be performing at half. But we'll get Mrs. Williams or Mrs. Weber to explain the show and talk us through at some point yet. Halftime interview, we'll get Jeff Brooks. We'll chase down Rick Nelson, talk to him going into halftime, and then we'll get Coach Tom Wilson from Dowling Catholic coming out. So that's... I think that's all the traffic. Do I have it clear what we're all going to do? I think that's it. Dowling 127 yards of offense in this first half. The Hawks 66. That offense has had a little tougher sledding. And Rumley pops Ryan Mayer, knocks him back. So
Okay.
Ryan Mayer last week.
Encroachment on the defense, number 56. 5-yard penalty, remaining second down.
Ryan Mayer was called for an unsportsmanlike, if you remember last week, Tim, and we finally got the story. He was excessive blocking. He maybe made one extra push after the play and was flagged for that. But now Cole will go to Williams, who will break it off right side and get towards the 15-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down if he doesn't get it.
He does have the first down. He's on the 11.
Ran so hard he went out of his shoe. You don't have to leave the field if you run out of your shoe.
Clock will start on the... They have to run one more play here.
Yeah, they're going victory formation. They're bringing in both Ward and...
Well, they reset the play clock, so they do not have to run a play.
And that is how the first half. No score in the second quarter. All the scoring done in the opening drives of this contest. 7-3. Dowling Catholic will go into the locker room on the north side with a lead in this contest. It has been an defensive battle. Both of these teams' defense really kind of making some noise here in this contest. It has been only a tough 72 yards, 22 passing, 50 rushing for the Ankeny Hawks. Dowling 76 passing, 51 rushing, total 127. Jeff Brooks is down on the sideline. He's making his way to head coach Rick Nelson, and we're going to get down to Jeff Brooks right now for this halftime report. Jeff?
Hey, up there, we're going to clear the way for the band so we don't get...
Oh, yeah, they're going to walk off the field into the band.
Which is fine. Hey, on that last series, though, seen something I've never seen in football. That running back ran out of both of his shoes, not just one, both of them. So that was interesting. Anyway, here I am with Coach Nelson. Coach, boy, you're in a hard-fought ball game again this week. First drives for both sides, offensive and defense, and then things settled in. What are your thoughts?
Offensively, we can't block anybody. That's my thoughts.
Okay, going into halftime, then what's your message going to be to the guys? I mean,
see if maybe we could block their defensive players. That would be my thought for our offense. See if we could block somebody.
Okay. Defensively, other than that one big play, the boys settled in over there. I've seen a lot of good things. Your impressions of your defense this first half?
A little scary at first, but then it looks like they took maybe some of those little hitches away they were throwing, and they've kind of calmed down. Our defense will get better and better as the season goes on. I'm just disappointed in the way our offense has played the first 3 weeks, and tonight it's sad what we're doing right now.
Well, hopefully it gets better for you, Coach. Good luck second half.
Rick Nelson with Jeff Brooks. What Coach Nelson told me on Tuesday and asking, I said, well, how'd you think of that game? He says, we won. So he gave me a 2-word answer. He gave Jeff a 1-word answer. Kind of tough there. What'd you hear Coach say?
That I would like to be a fly in the locker room when they go in there, because I'm sure he has a lot more to say. But he really did sum it up. They have not got any rhythm going on. They've moved the ball a little bit. Not had a lot of penalties. There's no turnovers, but they aren't getting a block or they aren't getting their reads down, so they haven't quite got anything going tempo-wise on offense. And they've been slow starting the last 2 games as well. The first half have not really gone out and established themselves.
That's Tim Halber. I'm Paul Yeager. That was Jeff Brooks on the sideline. Dowling Catholic leads Ankeny 7-3. We're at halftime. We're going to come back, talk volleyball with the new head Hawk volleyball coach right after this. You're watching high school football on CISN.TV.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Mornings. They can be hectic.
Let's go!
So can your car, so to get a free pickup, drop-off, or delivery, head over to Honest Wrenches. And their loaner vehicles?
No extra charge.
Find your peace of mind with even more wonderful services.
Every vehicle that comes in gets a full visual inspection and a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty. No extra charge.
Head on over to Honest Wrenches. No extra charge, and it's how service should be.
Back here at halftime of our CISN broadcast, we're going to talk volleyball now. Danny Lynch, new head volleyball coach of the Ankeny Hawks. Coach, welcome.
Thank you.
Not new to volleyball at all. You've got quite the varied background. There was a college you went to. I guess we can admit where it is that you went to college.
Yes, and you'll still like me. Yeah.
I still will. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, so I coached at Luther College for 7 years. And then after that, kind of took over very young. I like to call myself young, and then kind of grew the program. We did very well for ourselves, got ourselves regionally ranked and nationally ranked. And then my family and I had to move to the Des Moines area. And so I coached at Waukee for 2 years when we moved here, and then took a couple years off to be with my little ones who aren't so little anymore. They're school age now. So Coach Wims retired, and I had the itch to start coaching again. And I decided to apply and stepped in, and here we are.
Coach Wims, that is a guy that he couldn't stay away. You can't stay away, it sounds like, from
you get that
what
bug.
is it about volleyball that
I don't
keeps
know,
drawing you back?
Yeah, so I was teaching individual lessons, and there's that aspect of wanting to make each kid better, but then there's that different aspect of wanting to make a team better, and just coaching young females to be confident, successful, and just give them tools after they're done playing volleyball, not done playing volleyball, going on into the college world. Like, you just want that connection. I'm a big connection kind of person, so just not having that kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little bit, and I just, like I said, got the bug, got the itch, and things just fell into place.
How different is the college athlete versus the high school athlete?
It all varies, right? Like, when I was coaching college, I was like, wow, I thought college freshmen were quiet. Then I go into high school, and high school freshmen are quiet. It's just that different dynamic. But dealing with more of the kiddos at the varsity age, and especially kids in the CIML conference, like, they're very talented, they're going to go on to play, or they're just like, they know how to work hard. So it's been there's been challenges, but then there's been rewards in that as well. So it's been different but wonderful all at the same time.
So your experience at Waukee gets you back into or under a better understanding of the CIML. Family gets in the way. So how do you balance? I mean, you're a role model, for your players to balance work and life. So do
Mhm.
you think of it that way? I do, but do you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's no balance, right? Every day is going to be different, and there's more of a blend, right? So how, not to get so focused on the end result, but live day by day. I tell my kids all the time, be where your feet are, right? Because that's the only place you can be. So if you're worried about the result or you're worried about the weekend when Monday hasn't even hit, you're going to drive yourself crazy, right? So just, do what you can in the time that you have, and then kind of go from there and trust your teammates, trust yourself, trust your training. And that's all you can do, right? Don't try to make something into what it's not.
You inherited a team that has some gals that have a lot of experience.
Mhm.
You look at the stats, and some stats really jump out to you. What is it about this team that's been fun so far?
I think just watching them grow into their own people. We got to do some open gyms in the spring and then move on into the summertime and got to go to some team camps and other things like that. And just like, I think it's kind of nice that I didn't know who they are. I didn't know anything about their past or what they've done or what team they were on or anything like that. I was like, you just show me what you got today. And I think that's been really fun to see. And just some kiddos that maybe are playing more of a role this year than they did in the past year and really owning up to it. A couple of names that jump out are, Jessa Wallace, who only played maybe 2 or 3 rotations in the front row as a setter. And she's embracing running the show, playing all the way around. And she's doing a really nice job of setting up her hitters. And like the kid just shines when she's out there. And I've really, like, being a former setter, I'm like, dude, you got what it takes though. Now you just need to build and grow, and finding her hot hands and being that smarter setter, building that volleyball IQ, and then just having hitters around her where she can stay balanced. And that's what she's had. So that's been nice to see.
And I look at a couple of these other names. They've been around, either parents help coach or sisters played in program. There's a couple that also pop out to me, and Aowen Schrader is one of them.
Yeah, she is a beast, and I mean that in the kindest, most affectionate way. Like, she is just, I mean, she's built differently. She's built more power, like just powerful. She's a powerful girl. And just getting to like fine tune that a little bit, wanting to work on that whole outside hitter game, not just about putting balls to the floor, but, getting that passing game down, getting that defensive game down. And, she's getting there every single day. She's getting a little bit better. So yeah, she's fun to coach and she's fun to watch play.
Approach, how do you blend what you want to do as an offense versus what the girls might be used to, but also adjusting mid-game? How do you kind of do that shift as the game goes?
Yeah, I mean, we can only tell them so much, right? Especially volleyball's so fast. We can't scream anything and who knows if they're going to hear us, right? The gyms are always loud. But just making sure that they have their teammates to look out for them as well. The back row, see what the hitters have in the front row. And just we kind of refer to volleyball as a dance, right? We have to have that court balanced out, right? Because if we have everyone in one spot on defense, that's just not going to work. So making sure that they, have that volleyball IQ, have that court awareness, and just being able to adapt. Hey, you have 2 giant blockers on you. Don't hit into the belly of the block. You have to find your angles. You have to be that smarter volleyball player when you're in there.
Always, it is such a fast game. And yeah, that has to be, I suppose, training for reaction, not, you have to keep drilling. So it's not a think, right? It's just a react and do.
Yep. Kind of, yeah. The reaction time, the whole process, the being on the shoulder of the block and not behind the block, and just kind of watching hitters' tendencies, just that fast-paced game and being stopped and ready to put your body on the floor. If the ball goes somewhere where you don't think it is, you better bust your butt to get there.
I'm going to make you name a whole bunch of names, because I want to make sure as many different names get mentioned.
Yes.
Other girls that have contributed for you this year.
Yeah, and I have my poster right here, so that's helpful. Off the top of my head, Tanith Rausch has been, she just came off a big weekend at Valley. She just wants to be out there. The kid just she just thrives out there when she's playing, and it's so fun to see. And that's where Jessa, building that confidence to chuck the ball back to our lefty on the right side. Like she wants to terminate. She puts up a giant block, and she's coming back from some adversity too. Like she's a trackster, and she broke her left arm in the spring. So she's been kind of building up into where she is today, and she's doing a heck of a job. The girl doesn't know how to quit, and it's a blessing and a curse, but it's a blessing right now. Like she's awesome.
Oh, fantastic. Others that you have?
Oh man, we talked about Jessa, Ava Willie. Ava Willie's a big giant human being. Like she's 6'2", and she's just working hard to want to be productive in the front row, whether it's transitioning off the net to get a kill or, busting her butt to a pin to get a block. Like she's really coming into her own this season. And you can't teach someone how to be 6'2". So that's something she has going for her as well. Like she's just how she does things out there. I'm like, get it.
I see that now. I have it written down. You can't coach 6'2". I like that. That's really good.
I can't coach that. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
right,
for sure.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the season. And I'm sure a couple of games will show up here on CISN, but otherwise we'll keep an eye out for you. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
All right, that's head coach Danny Lynch of the Ankeny Hawks. Our halftime show continues right after this.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
We are
We are so much more
than an energy company.
We are connectors,
Community protectors.
And clean energy leaders.
We are
Job creators.
friends and neighbors.
stewards of your dollars and savings.
Yes, we.
We are so much more.
We are the energy
Behind your everyday.
And we are
Obsessively.
relentlessly.
At your service.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students.
Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Dowling Catholic leads Ankeny 7-3 at Ankeny Stadium. We've heard from Rick Nelson. Now let's hear from Tom Wilson with Jeff Brooks. I'm going to say one more name, Jeff. There you go.
All right. Hey, down here with Coach Wilson. Coach Wilson, hey, tough game out there. Both teams are battling hard. It seems like both teams had a good first drive. Then things kind of settled in. What are your thoughts there first half?
Yeah, it's been tough for us. We've kind of killed ourselves with penalties and untimely times and things like that, but it'll be a tough second half for sure.
So defensively, you've kind of, definitely have slowed down this Ankeny offense. What do you kind of attribute that to tonight?
Well, I think we're doing a nice job at the line of scrimmage, and we know JJ's going to get his yards and things like that, and Patton's very good. So we might do it for a while. I hope we can do it longer.
All right, Coach. Hey, I'll let you get with your team. Thank you for your time.
Tom Wilson along with Jeff Brooks. And just to kind of follow up a little bit on what Jeff was asking Coach Wilson, Dowling had 105 yards of offense in the first quarter, 22 in the second. Ankeny, 44 yards in their first drive in first quarter, 28 in the second. Combine that stat with what you just heard Coach Wilson say. Tim, what are your thoughts on that?
I would say the defenses are playing quite well and controlling the line of scrimmage. And either team has got into any sync. They've made adjustments. Even after the first quarter, the great drive that Dowling had to get an opening touchdown, the Ankeny defense has settled in, got them on a lot of 3-and-outs. They've read them a little bit. They got the timing down. So it's really been a slugfest in a defensive game here the first half.
J.J. Cole is the second leading rusher for Ankeny with 6 carries for 28 yards. Williams has 9 for 22. Those are the only 2 guys that have really kind of touched the ball for running. There's been 2 catches by Ward, 1 by Erlmeyer, and 2 by Patton. Just not a lot of offense there when it comes to passing. For Dowling, Smolik 3 for 7. A couple of tough plays there that erased that big drive he had on third down. Davis 6 carries for 24. Phillips 7 for 20. So Maroons going to that 2-headed monster, but really it's Nicholson's 5 catches and 72 yards that kind of the difference maker in this one.
Yeah, they haven't gone to their big guns, haven't seen them. No one has broken off a big run yet. We haven't seen, remember last week we saw that Patton is getting a couple of rushes there. I wonder if we'll see that in the second half. See if they get something outside or taking some more shots downfield. There hasn't been enough time for Cole to take a deep shot, and neither for Smolik.
Each team has had, combined, their last 8 drives have ended in 0 points. We'll take a quick timeout. Dowling leads Ankeny 7-3 here on CISN. Back in a moment.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel, dent, and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Do you know what the best part about being a dog is? You can hear disaster before it even happens. You know what they say about disaster. Sometimes it can inspire a symphony. An honest day's work deserves an honest day's treat.
No extra charge.
And that is why we choose Honest Wrenches. No extra charge. And it's how service should be.
Ankeny will get the football to start the second half on the kickoff as they won the toss and deferred to the second. And it looks like Dowling is going to take the win in the third quarter. At last check of the weather, it's 71 degrees, partly cloudy. Winds out of the north, pretty much straight north, at 17 miles an hour, gusting to 23. Flags confirm what the weather report says. We'll see how that plays out. Erlmeyer and Patton to go back deep for the Hawks, lining up to kick off to start the second half will be Andrew Schumacher.
Hawks get the ball to start, and they also will get the wind at their back in the fourth quarter, and we saw them out here trying 45-yard field goals and making them.
Schumacher's kick is high end over end. It's going to go 8.5 yards deep in the end zone and be a touchback. We'll bring in Jeff Brooks. We talked to Coach Wilson. You've talked to Coach Nelson. Kind of two different approaches there, Jeff. But we talk about the wind. What's your take of the situation down there on the field?
Yeah, it's definitely windy. It was windier during the first half of the game, though. It's still there, but it's not as bad as it was, especially that first quarter. There was a sizable wind. I don't think it'll be that much of a factor going into it as it was that first quarter, so we'll see how things play out down here between these teams. Great game going on.
Cole in the gun. Play action goes on the slant, and I think he was trying to go to Heinrichs, and Will didn't think that was to him. He was blocking, and I think Cole thought that was a slant.
He was looking back. I wonder if maybe it might have been intended for the tight end, or he might have got the hand on it. So miscue there in the first series, but trying to get something quick hitter on the inside.
2nd and 10. Williams again next to Cole. JJ to throw. In the air, gets some air under it, and it's complete to Jame. Oh, no, incomplete. Big pop made by Jake Anderson, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down.
Good timing on the hit by Jake Anderson out there, drawing single coverage on Patton. So Ankeny coming out 2 quick pass plays on their first series.
See what they do here on 3rd down. Already a little miscommunication. It looks like Cole and Ward are doing hand signs to one another. Play clock at 3. Cole looks to the left. It's for Patton. He's going to tuck it and throw it. No, he's going to run and just dive under the hit that was coming. And Jared Rickey was coming up to drop the shoulder. It's going to be well short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 3. And now Cole with 7 carries on the game and becomes the leading rusher for the Hawks. Reed Johnson spins the ball, gets the kick into the air. It's taken on the fly and then out of bounds. And let's see if it stayed in bounds. I think it's still going to be Dowling football. In there was Halstead and also Lucas Beroth. Hey, I got to say, quick thing before we get too much further. Those watching around the world, around the country tonight, we talked about Tennessee. Want to say hi to the family for the Booths in Waverly and Lake Osage, Missouri, down there in the Ozark region. And looking for Carson and Caden Booth and Adam Booth. And I know they like to watch. And hi, all the family. And we just remember, we're trying to be fair to everybody. 1st and 10. Adam wanted to make sure I got that on there, and thanks to him for that note. Handoff up the middle. Big shove forward for Rashad Davis, the sophomore. Across the 45 to the 43. Huge gain for Dowling.
He packed up behind Rockers there, the big 265-pound tackle. They moved that. Ankeny came out with the offset line, giving them a 3-yard cushion here. They line up with no men down again.
Davis next to Smolik in the backfield, a receiver to the left and right. The RPO goes Davis. He cuts in, and boy, here came a big hit. Flying in was Westover. Also in there was Diego Jackson, and I think that was also Nolan Morrison for the Hawks.
Surprisingly, this B.J. Westover has done a really good job with tackling. He's a very aggressive tackler, comes up quickly with his speed, making some great open field tackles.
3rd and 1. Go up the middle. Easy gain for the Maroons. They go right over the first down. Davis takes that one. No doubt about it. Davis will now be over the 40-yard mark or right at it for the game. No huddle comes for the Maroons. 2 receivers to the right. I formation. They go Davis. He shifts his way a little bit up to the 30-yard line. His tackler is Halstead.
That's his way between the tackles. He had a right, left, came up there, still picked up positive yardage. Willing to run between the tackles.
Staub comes out. Kingston comes in over center. Davis left side. Still on his feet. Gets a blocker. Nolan Morrison. Hate to say touchdown saving tackle, but it kind of was there on that. Because if Morrison can't get him, I think Davis runs it in.
Davis had broke a couple tackles there going to the left side there. Yeah, if there wasn't a tackle, I think there was the end zone in front of him. So big drive here, all on the ground.
Davis again left side. Yellow shirts there. Halstead dives first. Morrison, but finishing up is Kingston. And that also is Trent Jacobs.
They're seeing something there that they're running to off their left, which would be the defense's right side. Finding something there for blocking, but they've been predominantly running to the left of the center.
And you know how coaches can be. They start setting something up left, and you're like, look out to the right. Let's see what happens now with Tom Wilson's call. Davis goes now to the right side. Morrison had him for a moment. Kingston finished. Oh, boy. The guy who made the tackle slow to get up, and that's Kingston. Benetham comes in.
Rotating guys in there.
As I said, he sent Jay Lounsbury out. 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and goal to go for the Maroons on their opening possession of the third quarter. Davis stopped at the line. Benetham there. Halstead, Kaiser, and also Trent Jacobs.
Yep, Trent was the first one in there, shot his gap, got in there. Now allowed to get the line of scrimmage, creating a 1-yard loss. 2nd and goal from the 11.
Kind of the offensive line kind of went off in waves there down the field. 2 receivers to the right for Smolik. Run option up the middle, hardly touched at the goal line, and down at the half-yard line is Davis. Bolt of lightning right there.
Straight up the middle, just to plant his foot and go, so it's a quick count.
No huddle, real quick. Smolik up the gut, and touchdown! Jackson Smolik.
All on the ground. Found something they wanted to do, establish the running game. What happens when you receive the ball, go 3 and out quickly, punting in the wind to give him a short field, and Dowling Catholic took it down there for a touchdown.
Schumacher to attempt the extra point at 7:09 to go. High snap, brought back down. The kick is up, and it is good. 14-3 Maroons lead the Hawks here on CISN.
1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students.
Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Well, Rashad Davis is kind of like the it's interesting what the Maroons have just done, because in the opening drive, Cooper Nicholson was 71 of 72 yards. Now Davis has gone 49 of 50 on that opening possession on 9 runs, all on the ground. Dowling leads Ankeny 14-3 here in the second half. That kick is going to be into the end zone for another touchback. Hawks will have it again from their 20. Jeff Brooks, as the ball goes out of bounds right there in front of you. And Dowling makes it look pretty easy there, Jeff, running the football.
Yeah, they sure did. They were a team that came out of halftime, and they look prepared to finish this game up. So Ankeny better have an answer here. And it, not just, not saying they have to go down and score this possession, but they better move the ball on the other end of the field, or Dowling's going to get that short field again with the wind. And it could be a short evening for them. So let's see what they do here.
Patton, Kruger, and Erlmeyer to the right side for Cole. The run-pass option. Cole runs out of time, buys a little bit of it, gets it to Kruger, and he stopped for no gain by Cody Hikes.
Cole had to scramble for his life, get out there, route stop, throw a sidearm pass. Kruger was the only guy open for a very short gain.
Kruger gets a yard, 2nd and 9. Cole looks back towards the middle, runs out of time, throws it downfield. Patton has a beat, has to come back to it. That ball kind of flutters. Late penalty flag comes back at the line of scrimmage. And they'll sort this one out as
Patton tried to come back for the ball, but the wind held that up there on a 40-yard pass.
Holding offense, number 71. That penalty declined. Third down.
Drew Montevice called for the hold, so that'll be declined. It'll be 3rd down and 9. And just when Ankeny tries to throw the ball downfield, they're going to huddle up here.
See if Dowling was to dial up any pressure. Go down with an outside linebacker, 3-down lineman.
Putting a lot to the edge. Here comes some heat, and Cole is going to go down. Coming in for the sack is Carson Hagan, like he was shot out of a cannon. Penalty flag comes in after the play. Montevice standing there right in front of the official who threw it, so I don't know if there's a little carryover from the previous play or not. And Dowling is cheering like it's on the Hawks. And this would push Ankeny back quite a ways, pretty much shadow of the goalpost on the punt.
Hagan lined up on the outside there like a stand-up linebacker.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 71 on the offense. The roll down, 4th down. The penalty is forced, half the distance to the goal. 4th down.
So Montevice, back-to-back penalties, pushes the Hawks backwards. And boy, the Maroons feeling it on that far sideline now.
So not the series you had. You had the ball at the 20. You've lost 14 yards. Punting from the deep in the end zone.
And Johnson's had some struggles trying to punt this one away. Maroons back off a guy off the line. They've got 8 on the line of scrimmage looking for a good return. Johnson gets it away into the wind. Hits and takes a little bit of a hawk roll. Might get all the way up to about the 39-yard line, so a punt of 39 yards officially. More like a 42-yard, 45-yard punt. Jeff Brooks, I don't know if you saw anything with Montevice there, if that was on, it looks like it was on your side of the field. Did you see anything?
I didn't. I think it's just some stuff carrying on after a play. Nothing that should carry on for the rest of this game. But, you know, I'm sure Ankeny's frustrated right now. They're getting beat up front, and it's showing. Dowling's taking it to them right at this moment. So defense needs to stand up here. So hopefully they get her done.
Maroons looking to build a lead, and Phillip is grabbed behind the line of scrimmage by Trent Jacobs. But Phillip does a great job just getting back to the line of scrimmage, or dives back for it, but he's still a loss of 2.
Now the defense is going to challenge them. They got to stop the run because Dowling shows no inclination to pass, knowing that it's there. So see if they dial something up. The defense had taken away the short hook routes in the first half.
Smollett, quick throw, ball in the air, nearly intercepted, just out of the reach of Reed Johnson. Right at the throw, as it was trying to get to Cooper Nicholson. That's a good target. Ball went into the air, and it seemed like for a lifetime, just out of the reach.
Good coverage by West over there. Break there. Now we got a 3rd and long. 3rd and 12 coming up to see if the defense can keep them in front of them. See, definitely a passing down here for Dowling Catholic.
Smolik looks to the sideline. 5-man upright front coming for the for the Hawks. Smolik out and up, goes downfield. He's got a man on that far sideline, but he overthrows him out of bounds. J-Mo was there. Looks like Thompson. No, that was Nicholson was the intended receiver. Also down there was Bo Gamble, incomplete, 4th down, and a punt coming, likely from the Maroons.
Like when Cole was throwing against the wind with that ball, the wind knocked it down here. I think the wind helped carry it, just carry it out of bounds. So they're open briefly, and Patton over there to seal the coverage.
Patton and Ermeyer stand back at the 10. High snap for Nicholson. Great kick, just let that one go. That's almost through the uprights. It bounces 5 yards back and out of bounds. Other scores from around the Metro tonight. 14-14 was your last score of Roosevelt and Ottumwa. Next week we'll have Centennial home with Cedar Falls. Right now the Jaguars lead Waukee 21-3 in the 3rd. Prairie of Cedar Rapids in front of Cedar Falls 17-7 there at the half. Urbandale leads Valley 7-0 in the 4th. We'll see Valley here in a couple of weeks. Johnston in front of DCG 34-7. Southeast Polk leads Waukee Northwest 28-7. Interesting note there, Abu Sama on the sideline. Big running back for Southeast Polk, not playing right now. The hand is to Williams, and he's up the middle. Tim, you're going to get your chance to see what can Williams do for you. It is going to be an 80-yard touchdown run. Breaks the tape just like that. It's like Williams has been saving that all year. Huge play for the Hawks.
Yeah, we're talking about here before half. Like, you know, I want to see him outside. I want to see what kind of speed he has. He's got very good speed. He took a cut on the inside. Once again, cutting inside that tackle, it opened up. Caught a gap in there. Big breaking into the wind for the Ankeny Hawks to make this game closer. They needed to have something happen to their way here this second half.
Jason Williams, ladies and gentlemen. What a play. And he scores since the first week. It had been a while since he had scored. Kind of a tough go against Centennial last week. The extra point is up and good. The Hawks are back in this one. 14-10, 5:01 to play in the 3rd quarter. This is high school football on CISN.
Love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, But due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
Jason Williams had 208 yards rushing on 46 carries coming into tonight. He nearly doubled, or he nearly had half of his season total on one run right there. 80-yard score. Home sideline coming alive here at Ankeny Stadium. High kick is going to be short, taken at the 20 by the big tight end, and he puts a hat down and gets to about the 26-yard line. Return of about 6. Maroons will come back out, but a definitely recharged Ankeny defense coming out there, Jeff Brooks. That thing ran away from you, and I think if you blink, you missed Williams, right?
I did miss Williams. He made one cut, and he was gone. Boy, impressive. Like you said, he has been waiting to do that. I'm sure this whole sidelines over there have been waiting for him to do that. But maybe that'll open up things for Ankeny. Definitely their defense needs to step it up a little bit here, hold Dowling again and get the ball back. So time's running short in the third. We'll see what happens. That
defense is off the line here on the first play to Phillip. He gets it, and he's got some space. He takes down J-Mo tried to tackle a little too high on that play. Halstead had to clean it up, and that's a first down gain on that play. Pickup of 11 for Phillip.
Sandvik there almost on the tackle, couldn't bring him down. But Phillip, who we thought was not going to play, picking up valuable yards there on that first down.
It's kind of been an alternating drive situation. Phillip and Davis. Phillip gets the call up the gut, and he's got some space, makes a guy miss. Connor Kaiser stands him up with a little bit of help from Halstead.
Nita Goss, George Nahas in there on the right side blocking, creating an opening, picking up 6 yards on that first down. They're getting off on the blocks. They're figuring out the stunting that Ankeny's doing on defense. If they're getting downfield and getting blocks even into that second level of the linebackers.
Snap of the ball, Smolik, run pass option. They go back to Phillip, and he is stopped at the line. And let's see, that's a new Hawk for a tackle right there that we haven't seen much of. Vinny Villamagna makes the tackle. So coaches have talked about getting some fresh bodies. Maybe they're even if a little bit smaller, they can get past that bigger offensive line that Dowling has up front. Third down coming.
Ankeny defense has been on the field quite a bit the first half and here in the second half, so subbing, keeping the guys fresh to put pressure on the Dowling defense or offense.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Maroons. Smolik goes down to get it, steps up under the pressure, makes one man, fumbles the football. Hawks have it. Hawks have it. Fumble recover by the Ankeny Hawks. Dylan Doherty, right guy, right time. That's a game flipper for the Hawks. Otherwise, I think Smolik has the first down.
First over the game, he cut it up there. It was there. It looked like Diego Jackson, I think, came from behind, hit him. As he's falling forward, he fumbled it.
I think you're right. I think that was Diego that poked it out. That thing could not have fallen any easier to Dylan. Attaboy, Dylan.
So big turnover of the game into the wind. So after that big 80-yard touchdown run, Ankeny's back on the offense.
14-10. Hawks have the football back on first down. Williams. This time he's going to have 3 or 4 white shirts wrapping him up. Matt Hanton, one of them. Also Jimmy Wanek and Cody Hikus.
Timing of the passing game has not been there tonight for Ankeny Hawks. Been a few drops, short routes that have not gained much.
Hawks in a tight formation here with their receivers. Cole rolls out, throws to Patton. It's caught, but he can't do much more than catch the football at the 46-yard line. Positive yards on the play. It'll be second down and a long. Actually, it'll be third down.
Third down and 5. Usually a roll out because the pressure's coming up. You can't set the pocket, so they're trying to get outside, give Cole some more time to find a route, little out route, picking up some positive yards. Now it's 3rd and manageable to see if they can pick up the first down here.
3rd and 5 before the snap. It's going to be likely on Ankeny.
Good ball. Full start. Offense. Number 58. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
What's Coach Nelson say about penalties? Words I don't think we're supposed to say on the radio.
Yes, you're quite correct. And that's a frustrating thing for the coach. You worked hard. That 2nd down play, you picked up yards. You got 3rd and manageable. Now you're back to 3rd and 10. It's much more difficult because you need a little more time for your routes to develop. If you throw underneath the route and good tackling, you're always short of the sticks.
3 receivers bunched to the left, 1 to the top of the screen. Williams is next to Cole. Here comes some heat. JJ is going to go down, and finally he gets it away at the snap. Erlmeyer somehow bails him out, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and then a couple of yards. It sure looked like Cole was, I guess in the NFL they would say, in the grasp. Wanek had, as we watch on this replay, you know, that's one thing that has been said about Cole is he hasn't been sacked much. He has this quick internal clock, but tonight the Maroons are trying to change that talking point on JJ's game.
They're getting a rush in there because he's not had much time to get his feet set. He was scrambling there. Tough guy to bring down.
Hawks will have to punt it away on 4th down. Reed Johnson, a little more air underneath this one. It bounces inside the 30 and takes a Hawk roll. In fact, it's going to go inside the 20 and be downed by Ankeny's. We do have a flag on the play. Lucas Beroth again in on the play. Ball sits right now at the 18. Looking for Dave Rittman, who's standing at the 35. I did not see where that flag came out, Tim. Did you?
I did not. So it looked like it could be a holding, typically.
Doing the kick. Holding on the return team. That penalty will force from the end of the kick. Half the distance. 1st down.
So the fumble did not hurt Dowling, but it did flip the field position, putting it back around the 18-yard line.
Now they said half the distance. It's just a 10-yard penalty there because the ball was at the 17, 18. Must have been at the 9, okay.
Was there going to be math tonight? I didn't study it.
I hope not. You know me. Minute 4 to go for Dowling on the 3rd quarter with some of their worst field position all night. Davis gets the call on 1st down, and Patton and P.J. West over there, as well as Reed Johnson, also one of the last guys off the pile for the Ankeny Hawks.
But Dowling has consistently gained yards on 1st down. They pick up 3 or 4 yards, get it manageable. So they've done well on 1st down. Then Ankeny will step up and make a bigger play on 2nd down. So see which one's the first to give.
You know, I was not sure I was right. You know who made that tackle was Ryan Mayer, the center. 57. Gets the pressure. Smolik runs where the hole was. Gets to the outside. Westover pushes him out of bounds at about the 20, which is right at the stick. It's going to be very close. I think it's going to be short. Nope, 1st down. That ball was at the 9 to start. So, yep. Needed only to make the 19. Yep. Thank you, Jeff. First and 10. Final 18 seconds of this 3rd quarter. Maroons have the wind at their back, as it has subsided, though, just a little bit. Smolik's going to turn around and give it to Davis, who's hit a couple of yards and then spins out of another tackle. Westover, finally Kaiser stands him up. But by golly, almost a 10-yard gain, as Halstead is getting help from 3 Maroons on it. Looks like a cramp. There were 3 Maroon players. They're like, cramp, man, cramp. Yeah. They quickly helped him. Halstead has that right foot, and it is a 1st down, and we have 7 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Little concerning, though, for the Hawk defense was that push by the Maroons. Is it looked like Davis was stopped at the line of scrimmage, maybe 2 yards, and he just kept going and just kept going. Oh, Valley has scored and made it 7-7 against Urbandale. Waukee trails Centennial 21-6. Both games available on CISN, as are many of these teams involved that I just said throughout the season. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel for the games we're going to have each week. We will have
Go ahead.
Centennial Cedar Falls next week, Tim.
No, the coaches hate seeing that because you had them hit after about a 3 or 4 yard gain, and then the linemen come in and push the pile and not getting any push back, and then picking up additional 5 or 6 yards, creating just a 2nd and 1.
And no need to go anything. You just have to put the ball in play. That ends the third quarter. Couple more scores, a little more interesting. Maroons by 4 as we go to quarter number 4.
For 75 years, Holt service trucks have hit the streets of central Iowa to help customers in need. It might be for plumbing, heating, cooling, a water heater, or the usual repairs and maintenance. We've done that with quality work from quality employees who bring passion and personality to the job. That's the Holt difference. It gives me great pride to see how our company has grown from the seeds of success my grandfather planted in 1947. That's why more and more central Iowans are saying, let Holt handle that.
Not all used vehicles are created equal.
DeArmond certified used vehicles have a big advantage.
What sets us apart is that all used vehicles receive a 175-point inspection.
Carfax report, 2 oil changes, collision deductible coverage, and wheel dent and windshield repair.
Also, all DeArmond certified come with 2 warranties. A 1-year 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper and a 2-year 100,000-mile powertrain. DeArmond Ford Indianola, DeArmond Automotive Knoxville, DeArmondAuto.com.
Dowling Catholic leads 14-10, 217 total yards unofficially for the Maroons, 76 in the air, 141 on the ground. Ankeny 30 yards passing, 130 yards rushing, total of 160. J.J. Cole kept in check through the air tonight, as really, frankly, Jackson Smolik. Both these quarterbacks highly touted, struggling to get some open space. Hand off to Davis when you have big plays like that, as quickly hit right as he gets to the line. Dylan Doherty makes the stop on Davis.
Cade Benetham in there, sticking his head in, causing a pile. He just looks like he came out. No, he's still in there.
Third down's not been automatic tonight for Dowling. Davis has the first down and then some. Helmet comes flying off of Patton's head. Patton, Benetham, Westover, Reed Johnson. Also in there is Vinny Villamagna.
Davis running off the inside block of Cade Batterson, left guard. Got a block in there, so getting their blocks in the interior alignment.
1st and 10 from the 35. Davis again. Shuffles his feet, keeps him above him, gets another 10 yards. Boy, now it's just seems like it's almost too easy. Westover makes the stop. Diego Jackson as well.
Dowling's getting their reads. The inside linemen are creating trap blocking, and then what Davis has to do is find the hole, cut it back up. Linebackers are getting caught in the wash as they go through and creating that seam, so picking up a lot of positive yards. If they don't catch that gap assignment, it's going to be wide open.
Davis again. More than 5 yards. And, you know, you just kind of had the sense, Tim, if Dowling could run the football, they might be able to do it against Ankeny, who's struggled to stop the run a little bit this year.
Reminiscent of the first drive of the second half.
Davis again, this time hit Ryan Mayer, the tackle.
They've come up strong on second down, so forcing a third down, 3rd and 3 here. So it's a big series for this defense. They see a lot of hands on hips right now. They're getting a little gas. It's here in the fourth quarter. Can they get a stop? Because it's only a 4-point game. A stop here, even if they get only a field goal attempt, would be huge for this defense.
Maroons need to get to the 44. Davis, right side. Runs into his own guy, and then he is wrestled back. Ben Sandvig comes up. And I don't know if that was Morrison or Jacobs over there on that far sideline, but one of them helped Sandvig finish that play off.
We couldn't see on the far side. They blew up the blocking assignment on that right side, allowing them. Davis had to stop, take a sideline cut to go upfield. Sandvig comes in, wraps it up, knocks it back for a loss. So big series there. They came up tough, getting the ball back.
Erlmeyer and Patton back deep for the Hawks. They stand at the 15 and 14. High snap. Great kick. It bounces, and Erlmeyer better grab that, and he does. Actually, it was Sandvig that was back there. That really could have been a big play there, and Erlmeyer's going, okay, I needed to vacate. I'm not Patton, who tries to take the fake that I'm not going to get it, and then end up taking it. All right, Jeff Brooks, I see you over there. Haven't checked in with you in a while. What's your observation from that far sideline?
Yeah, so, I think that was big for Dowling to get that ball down on the end of the field and at least here make Ankeny earn the long field, 80 yards to go to take the lead. So we'll see what their defense does to stop this Ankeny offense, who had a decent drive here. That long touchdown run, but they've been solid all night, so we'll see what happens.
Hawks look like they're going to pass it on first down with 3 and 2 receivers. They go down the middle for Kruger. He has it in stride, caught it midfield, and into Dowling territory. Ball comes out, and it is going to be turnover and going to be Dowling football at the 40. Oh, man, just when you catch a break for Ankeny. Let's see this replay again.
Caught him in stride, and as he fell forward to gain a couple of yards, a hit from behind caused the fumble.
Yeah, it looked like the ball came out before, and the guy popping it out for Dowling was Justice Williams.
So the offense picked
Good job, Reese, on the replay. Sorry, Tim.
No, picked up a big game. They came with the empty backfield spread, going to pass the ball, and caught a single coverage right down the middle.
Now the Ankeny defense being called upon again. Davis. No, this is Phillip, and he's going to do just what Davis does and get 10, 11 yards on a crack.
Stuff that defense just made a big play to get off the field. Now they're asking him to do it again. Now it's on the short field at the 48-yard line. Needing a big play.
Well, when you need a big play, you go to your tight end, and that's what the Hawks did on that play. Kruger was hit in stride. It was a great catch, but had a hard time securing the ball. Smolik just turns around and gives it to Phillip, who had a shoestring tackle initially, but still goes forward for another 5-6 yards. And boy, the Hawks have got to get off this field right now, but it is very hard to do when you give up 5 yards on first down.
The defensive line's been out there a long time. Jacobs calling a play there for the defense.
Phillip again, and he's stopped this time at the line of scrimmage. Kaiser there, Diego Jackson also, but the first man there.
So no gain on the play.
Was Carson Booth.
Sending in 2 linebackers, 3 down linemen there. So basically doing like a 5-man rush. No hole for Davis to cut to.
Kingston on the sideline there. Sometimes he's been coming in on the defense, but they haven't used him much since he was slow to get up on one of those plays. Big play for the Maroons, 3rd and 5. What the Hawk defense can do. Smolik, give and go. No, tipped, and then I think it was caught. Are you kidding me?
Did they give him the catch? Looks like they did.
Oh, my goodness.
Receiver stuck with it.
Oh, Brown, what a catch.
It was a good catch by Brown on the sideline there. It was tipped. He stopped, came back for it. Picked it before it hit the ground.
Watch on that replay. It was nearly intercepted by Sandvig, and then Brown, right place, right time. Oh, just when you thought the Hawks got the Maroons off the field. Ball to the 29. And Phillip, after having his balance offset there by Morrison, and now the Hawks are just trying to maybe cheat just a little bit around that backside, but that's when sometimes you can cause a little problem. Mayer comes in, Barrett Booth goes out. Also coming in is Doherty and Halstead, who had returned after that cramp a couple of plays ago, back in. Clock at 6:14, though, becoming a big enemy of the Hawks.
See if they want to dial up a pass play here. They're being patient to run it on the ground this series.
The give is to Davis, has his jersey pulled, and then he stopped. Penalty flag comes in from the back. Let's see, that's Diego Jackson that had bear wrestled his opponent.
Okay, I don't know if it's a holding. Dowling offense is going south. Backing up to say.
37, offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
Big break that happens on a second down, so they really have 2 downs to pick up about 15 yards. This defense has been very much a bend but don't break defense. They've gotten them off the field, so now the challenge is they're going to give them that gap and make them guess who's coming.
2nd and 18. The Hawks chose yards over the play. Smolik empty house. Here comes the heat. They get it on the screen. Westover hits Nicholson, and that's a good call to go to Nicholson. He's been tough to stop tonight, and now Hawks look like they might bring in an extra defensive back here on 3rd and 14.
Connor Kaiser in there on the hit. Westover, very sure tackler here, so keeping for a minimal gain, only about 3 yards. So big play here. You don't want to give up a big chunk. You want to give him some cushion, but you don't want to give a big play, get a one-on-one. So wouldn't be surprised if Smolik tries to go to the end zone, picking up. He's got single coverage.
3 to the right, 2 to the left. Smolik looks left, throws down middle. Now he's going to run for it on the right side. Giving chase, throws down the sideline. Caught, but well short of the first down is Bo Gamble at the 25-yard line. Right now, if you don't, if you kick it,
What, a 42-yarder?
42-yarder into the wind. I think if you're Dowling, you just go for it. I think Dowling was going for, they knew they were going for it on 4th down, and they just wanted to cut that distance in half.
Watch Smolik there. He's got good wheels to run there. See if he might try to pick up the first down on his own.
Here comes the heat. They lob it to the corner end zone. Throw back 4th. Caught inside the 5. Oh, my. What a catch. Cooper Nicholson, one-on-one coverage with Westover. And that will keep the drive alive. And now to be 1st and goal from the 2 for the Maroons. Pick up a 23 on 4th and 5.
He went up there and got it. It was a fight for the ball. I couldn't tell if it was intercepted or if it was caught. They came down. But big play there by Cooper.
Penalty flag in the air as Davis runs in from 2 yards out. They didn't even indicate that it was a touchdown, so I think it's on Dowling. Well, okay, 4:32, 3 timeouts for the Hawks. The best you can hope for right now for Ankeny is to keep them to a field goal. But it.
Formation on the offense. 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
So one of the wideouts did not go up there and become a lineman. 6 on the line. Dowling definitely wants to put it in the end zone for a touchdown, create this, make a 2-score lead with 4 minutes to go.
They lead by 4 with 4.5 to play. Davis or Cooper or Phillip have been big. Smolik rolls out far side, under pressure, throws it towards the end zone, out of Nicholson's reach, incomplete.
Also stops the clock.
This is still Davis is down. Phillip has been a tough, both Phillip and Davis, great running backs tonight. And now Smolik, interesting to see now we're going to see a little bit what Jackson Smolik's made of.
Yeah, neither Davis or Phillip are really big outside runners. Having they see it take the ball outside, that's really been Smolik. But that rollout is there. They may try that again.
Or go Davis up the middle, and just a lot of Ankeny players reaching at air. Mayer and Jacobs make the tackle inside the 5 down to the 3 or 2.
The interior line for Dowling getting the job done on that play. Just basically zone blocking, going straight ahead. So see what they do. I think that Dowling might go for it. It's 2-down territory here. Like if they're this close, they're going to want to punch it in for a touchdown.
Clock moving, under 4 minutes. The give, Davis up the gut. Stopped at the first pursuit. Doherty holds him back. So does Patton. Dylan Doherty blew up that play, but more importantly for Dowling, the clock keeps moving. And they're going to have to attempt a field goal here. Take the points to make it at least a touchdown. It already is now a touchdown lead. Coming on to attempt the field goal is Schumacher, where it'll be a 19-yard chip shot from the near hash. Not an easy
sharp angle.
The snap, the kick is up, and good. Into the night sky. 3:08 to go. Come back for the final bit. Dowling leads Ankeny 17-10.
Vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats.
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students.
Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
Hawks defense holds Dowling to a field goal after giving up a 4th down play to the inside the 5. 3 minutes, 8 seconds to play. Dowling Catholic 17, Ankeny 10 in this 4th quarter. Ankeny on its last offensive play. That was the only thing that happened on that possession, a play. And then it was a fumble after the catch. Schumacher gets it into the air. Erlmeyer's going to run up on it at the 10. He's got the 20. Gets hit, hang on to that football. Gets to the 25-yard line, so it'll be 75 yards to go for the game-attempting tying touchdown. The one thing that needs to happen for sure, if anything, is the Dowling or the Hawk defense needs a break on that sideline. Oh, and we got a down player.
It does.
And I missed who it was. All right, Jeff Brooks, let's go to you like we normally do. What do you know down there, Jeff Brooks?
Well, I know this has turned into the exact same ball game that I thought it would be, that a lot of us did. Competitive both ways, big plays, big breaks for, Dowling's getting a lot of the loose ball fumbles and the ball going through the guy's hand and the receptions on that last drive. I mean, sometimes you need that to win, but now they have to step up and play D, and Ankeny has an opportunity to march down and tie it. And let's see if we had an overtime game in a while.
Well, we have an overtime game at Valley Stadium. Valley and Urbandale have gone to overtime. They're tied at 7.
I don't know that we've had one, though.
It's been a while.
We had a playoff game. Was it a playoff game we had overtime?
I'm sure it was raining that
night, and you just blocked that night from your memory?
Right. So, no, it's an exciting game down on the field. You can tell the people in the crowd, they're up both sides. The students are all still here cheering, and look for an exciting finish to this one.
Evan Erlmeyer is the Hawk that is helped to the sideline, so we'll see. Patton does come back out at 1st and 10 from the 25. 3 minutes to go and all 3 timeouts for the Hawks. Cole on first down, throws the quick out, caught. Williams, first down in the air. No, they're going to say he's down after only a 9-yard gain. What a spot. 2nd and short. Williams goes in motion. They throw it to him on the swing, caught by Ward, and Maddox is going to get the fumbled. He'll get the first down on a broken play, but
well, they finally got the first down. They're going with either an empty back for the spread, hurry-up offense. They have all 3 timeouts with 2:30, so there's no need to rush. Make sure the right play is in. Dowling lining up in a 3-man front, basically like a goal line defense. They've got 6 men across the line, 5 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Snap of the ball to Cole. Throws again, Williams. Gets out of bounds at the 40, 39. That time he's short of the 40. Gain of about 4.5.
Definitely 4-down territory for the offense. So, but Dowling's going to keep everything in front of them. They got 6 men lined up, 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Watch his quick out routes. They're going to keep them in front of him, nothing going back. Have 2 deep safety. But if someone breaks free, that the middle of that zone is wide open.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Kruger's on the line in that tight end formation. He goes downfield. Williams into block. They go off the hands of Heinrichs. Would only have been gain of about 3, but it makes it 3rd down. Big play coming for the Hawks here at 2:10. Trail by 7.
Shadowing Patton wherever he goes, he's going to get coverage underneath him, then over the top. So that does draw single coverage for the rest of the receivers.
Erlmeyer back in with Patton and Kruger to the left side. Williams and Maddox Ward to the near side for Cole. Here comes the heat, and he goes down. Big old blitz coming. Oh, my. No stopping Carson Hagan all the way back to the 30. Timeout, Ankeny Hawks. 2:01, 4th, and a long way coming after this timeout. Back in a moment.
Do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students.
Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
4th down, 17 yards to go for the Hawks. This is the ball game for them. After the timeout, Dowling 3-man front. Williams stays in for protection. Cole steps under pressure, throws it downfield. It's going to be a jump ball when it comes down, and it's going to be incomplete. Knocked down on the far sideline. It was intended for Patton. There to break it away was Jake Anderson. Cole stepped under the pressure, had a little bit of time, but just couldn't quite get that thing. As we watch this replay, Cole threw that thing 40 yards in and almost caught in by Patton. Also down there was, that was Williams, so Tough break for the Hawks there.
Yeah, good scramble by Cole to get up. Like I said, he's a strong player to bring down, hard to bring down, so he got something on the ball there, but Patton couldn't quite come down with the jump ball. That would have been a miraculous catch if he did.
Maroons are going to run it. And let's see, penalty flag comes in. Hawks are trying to rip it away. C.J. Phillip now on this series.
Something to get the holding on Dowling. Move the ball back, but it's enough. But also it stops the clock. You don't need to burn a timeout, so they will get another down. Be first down again.
Holding. Offense. Number 57. 2 yards to the foul. Replay first down.
So it is like you said, Tim, the clock stops. A lot of fans leaving already. I'm not.
Inside 2 minutes, the offending team
Traffic's not that bad.
To start the play on the snap.
Hawks still have 2 timeouts and 1:46. Smolik gives it to Phillip. Halstead's going to make the tackle, and that'll be a quick timeout. 1:40 to play. Hawks will be down to their final timeout.
So they're going to be 2nd and 20. They run 5 seconds off. It could be 3rd and 20 with 1:35. They can't stop the clock. So they'd be punting with about if they stop them here, burn the last timeout, they're punting with about a minute left, if that all works out.
Ankeny offense tonight has only run 32 plays. 12 passing, 20 rushing. Dowling has run 12 passes. Any guesses how many rushes Dowling Catholics had in this game, Tim?
I'm going to say they're in the probably closer, between 25 to 30 rushes this game is my guess. Higher, 35. 40 rushes this game. Really? Your yards
47 rushing attempts.
Wow.
For 187 yards.
They had a lot in the first quarter, and then mostly they were just running the ball this entire second half, causing Ankeny not to have many offensive plays.
2nd and 21. The gives to Phillip. He'll dart in, then dart out, and get to the outside. And if you're Ankeny, you almost wanted to just take him out of bounds, but penalty comes in. That'll stop the clock. A couple of Dowling players were holding their hands up in the air like, I didn't do anything, but I think that might have been a little late of a defense.
But if they take the penalty, it gives them another down. But if they decline the penalty with the timeout, it'll create a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, 8 seconds went off on that play.
Holding. Offense. Number 64. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Will replay. 2nd down.
So they go for the yardage.
Defending team has elected the ball to be placed on the snap.
So I think it's I think that Ankeny has 1 timeout left.
I think so too. I think that scoreboard should say 1. We have 1 listed on our scoreboard. So it goes all the way back to the 49-yard line. So now if you're Dowling, you just go down. Let the clock run. Don't give a chance for a fumble. Phillip goes up the middle. And Ankeny will use their last timeout at 1:26. As Connor Kaiser, the last one off the pile, along with Nolan Morrison. Other games, let's see. Southeast Polk rolled tonight over Waukee Northwest 42-7. Valley and Urbandale still tied in overtime.
Yes, they are. Yep.
7-7.
Yep. Valley's on defense.
Centennial 31-6 over Waukee. Valley's on defense now?
No, Urbandale's, they have. I need a wider angle, but no. Valley is on offense. Urbandale is on defense.
So Cedar Rapids Prairie leads Cedar Falls right now, 17-7. That would be interesting to set up next week. Centennial finding a little bit of offense against Waukee. playing Cedar Falls. Like to see former Cedar Falls player Jack Campbell have a big game tomorrow for Iowa. Remember him when he played here? That was
Yes.
we knew Jack Campbell was going to be you could tell then.
You saw him block a punt and turn the game around.
3rd and 28. Maroons need to get all the way to the 20-yard line. Here comes the Hawk defense. The give is to Phillip. Halstead makes the tackle at about the 45. Clock will run. It'll get well inside a minute before the Maroons have to punt it. So you're going to be punting this football at about the 40-yard line.
With about 45 seconds, with about 40 seconds left to go. They may elect to take the penalty, to take as much time off, and then punt the ball.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Or take a timeout. Dowling still has 3 timeouts, so they can take a timeout here at the 1 mark. And Tom Wilson standing there on that far sideline. He's telling them what we're going to do. Audra Meeks over there, former head coach of Columbus, won a state championship. Or, I'm sorry, successful time there at Columbus and Waterloo. Been on the Dowling staff for quite a while. All right, Hawks have it on defense, held to a 4th down, 41 seconds to go. Do you just take it and go down, or you try to catch magic in a bottle?
I would put the block on to get a punt, because really the return is because I think they won't kick it very deep. So
they're sending Erlmeyer back. He'll stand at inside the 15.
Last snap was a little high.
Snap right to him. High, short-ish kick. And for a while, it's been taking Dowling bounces, and it does on the second bounce, and it goes to about the 29-yard line. And that will down the clock at 28 seconds. So now, Ankeny will have the ball, 69 yards to go for a touchdown, and it looks like the far sideline.
So in the overtime game, Urbandale had a huge stop on a 3rd and goal against Valley to get the ball back. So now they're going to flip sides.
So Urbandale just won, but they don't have the score updated there.
Okay. So Urbandale must have had the lead in overtime, stopped Valley, so Urbandale is going to pull off the win at Valley Stadium.
Cole to throw downfield. It's caught by Patton at midfield, still on his feet, goes down at the 49-yard line. 22 seconds, clock stops for just a moment. Hawks are set at the 22-second mark. Here comes Cole. He'll clock the ball.
At the 48. 19 seconds. You can get 2 to 3. You could do a sideline route. You can go deep down the middle.
All right. The Maroon defense going to have to put up a fight here. Ankeny offense not going down yet.
Will they blitz? Look, they're going to go with a 3-man rush.
They've been known to do that. Maybe bring a linebacker. Cole throws out route to Williams, caught after about a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down when you clock it. Even if you get the first down here, you're not going to have much more than 10 seconds. And for sure, anything in the middle of the field, this is the last play.
You don't want to throw something that's only about 7 yards downfield. You want to make sure that you either get a first down to stop the clock or hit a deep sideline route. Watch the middle, because they're watching the sideline, so someone may break free down the sideline because they're sending 4 out. 5.
15 seconds to go. 3rd down. Cole steps under, throws, incomplete. He was intended for Williams on the far sideline. It'll be 4th down. Final play likely of this game. Unless the Hawks can convert, it'll be 4th and 7. Now you could go down the middle, flea flicker it if you need to.
If they go down the middle and if they go down right away, they got to stop the clock. The clock will not run. So you want to do something either quick down the middle, or you need a deeper sideline run. If I was Dowling, I'd dial up the blitz to make Cole pass it quicker.
Yep.
They're keeping it back in for blocking.
4th down for the Hawks. Cole throws, caught by Ward. He has the first down, but that's going to be it. No lateral. The clock can only stop for just a quick moment. The Hawks are going to have to maybe clock it. They're going to maybe get there. They'll wind the clock. They're waiting for the whistle to snap, and then they finally do. Clock at 3, incomplete. So the Hawks will have one final play. Maddox Ward, the conversion on 4th down.
Maddox caught it and took a hit, hung on to it. Probably cost them a couple more seconds because they were trying to get him down. So you dial up. You don't want to have only run 37 yards.
Ball at the 38-yard line. 4 deep for Dowling on this play. Cole's going to run out and throw. Heave it to the end zone. He's got a guy. It's tossed, ticked up, incomplete. Dowling's going to hold on. Clock goes to 000. Couple of guys were down there, but the Maroons had 3 right where that ball was thrown by Cole. And that is a final, 17-10. Dowling holds on. The road win at Ankeny tonight. Wow. Let's watch the final play again here, Tim. Cole off his back foot throws. They had 4 guys kind of bunched up, 3 guys bunched up and 1 to the right side, and they just kind of hit. That ball bounced right where there wasn't anybody wearing the gold of Ankeny. So the Maroons improve to 2-1. The Hawks fall to 2-1. As the handshakes happen, we'll sort through our post-game coverage and bring you a couple of player interviews and sort this one out and look ahead to next week.
So watching the end of the Urbandale Valley game there, Valley was going for a score. Urbandale's up 10-7 in overtime. They pick off Valley in the end zone to seal the win in overtime at Valley Stadium. So some exciting games tonight. Urbandale's back in the picture.
Urbandale is back in the picture, and I'm not even sure if they're at full strength yet. I know earlier in the year it was maybe not quite the full. So we'll step away. We'll do a quick commercial break, have a couple of interviews here in the post-game show, and wrap things up from Ankeny Stadium. Back in a moment on CISN.
Why do businesses succeed? The Better Business Bureau sees the traits of successful businesses every day. It's not easy, but it is simple. The BBB fosters trust between Iowa businesses and consumers.
Visit bbb.org.
I'm off to college. Oh, rats!
Hi, Joe the Car Guy with a reminder. Before you send your kids off to school, set up an appointment with Westside Auto. We check everything from tires to belts, fluids, hoses, wipers, and lights. 44 inspection points to help prevent that oh rats moment for your students.
Call us today to set up your appointment. We'll have your kids off to school saying,
For the best, head west.
Westside Auto.
Over 1,300 vehicles on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. If we don't have it, you can build it. Newly expanded service department means we're hiring. See the openings on WaukeeChevy.com. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, this is Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and it's going to be an interesting patio furniture season this year. We have ordered a ton of merchandise, but due to supply chain issues, it's coming in a truckload at a time all summer long. If you want the best patio furniture, check early and check often. If you want to custom order your furniture, get in here as soon as you can to give your furniture the best chance to arrive this summer. Fireplace Superstore, Iowa's best patio furniture selection, just east of I-35 on Douglas Avenue.
We all love a good win, however small or ordinary. Losing track of time, finding yourself with a few extra dollars in your pocket, soaking up the perfect Iowa day. These are the everyday delights and small victories that make us smile. These are the moments that connect us all as Iowans. And these are the moments that, more often than not, start with Iowa's farm families and the corn they're growing. Because when corn grows Iowa, Iowans win.
Dowling holds on for a road 17-10 win here at Ankeny Stadium. Paul Yeager, Tim Halber, and the CISN crew. We're waiting on Jeff Brooks here for a moment as they try to sort out what's going on as the two teams are having their post-game conversations. Tom Wilson and company as they make their way through. Rick Nelson still talking to his guys. You know what he said there at half? It was about offense, and that's one reason they could bring in offensive linemen to play defense is because they just weren't – the Hawks were not on offense much tonight.
No, they weren't. You're looking at the offensive plays. They just weren't on the field. The defense had to play quite a bit. Credit goes to the Dowling offense, running the ball, controlling the clock, and controlling the possessions. If you eliminate the possessions that the Ankeny Hawks could have, you can't let J.J. Cole and those offensive weapons take hold. So they didn't see the field very much. And outside of a big run, really didn't do much for drives here in the second half.
Well, you take out that 80-yard score by Williams, that's 11 carries for 102 yards. He had 3 catches, 15. Cole, 9 carries, 18 yards. He didn't have a carry in the fourth quarter there, but he had a bunch in the first 3. Only 2 guys rushed the football tonight. 3 catches for Williams, 2 for Kruger, and that fumble after that play. Patton, 4 catches, 2 for Erlmeyer, 4 for Ward is how the Hawks ended up tonight on their receiving end. For the Maroons, big catches tonight. Nicholson, 7 for 100. Brown, 2 for 12. Gamble, 2 for 10. Thompson had 1 for 3. But it was the big running play and of the guy that is about to be in our post-game show. Davis tonight, 26 carries, 116 yards, and he's with our Jeff Brooks right now down on the sideline.
Hey, yeah, here with Rashad Davis. Rashad, you know, such a young man, good poise out there tonight, man. You really ground that clock down tonight. Unofficially, 26 carries, 116. That's a good productive night. What were your thoughts out there tonight?
It was just to run hard and just try to finish and get a dub. And up front, they pushing so we can get these yards and get good carries and good runs.
The guys don't know the cameras are up there, man. You guys got to wave that way. Hey, no. So, going forward, what do you, what do you telling your teammates in the locker room after this game?
One game don't compete us. We're going to keep going and go get the next dub next week, by week.
All right, man. You guys go have a good season. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
Davis tonight, 26 carries, 116 yards, and he gets a little bit of a post-game interview from his teammates. The Hawks head off to the buses, and they'll head back to the high school. And it does not get any easier for Ankeny next week, Tim. They're going to have to face number 1 Southeast Polk. The Rams tonight rolled. They had a 42-7 is the last check we had there, and that'll be a big win. And last year, Ankeny got Southeast Polk on this field, but then Polk won when it mattered the most in the state final. If you're Ankeny, what are you working on this week, Tim?
Well, Coach, talk about the blocking. They outside of the one running play, they didn't control the line of scrimmage. The timing wasn't there. Plus, if you don't have the blocking, I thought Cole got rushed quite a bit there. He was rolling out more just to find some more time to get the passing going. So the defense played well. I think they're learning how to play. They bend a few times, but they didn't break. They kept them in the game. They only gave up 2 touchdowns, so they played solid. But that offensive that line has to get their timing down, whether it's bring a tight end in there and be more consistent, and then so your offensive weapons can shine.
Well, and we're also hearing that J-Mo is possibly having a little bit of an injury that they're working on right now, and if they don't have Patton, say, he's have a hard time going next week, you just have one player, but Patton has been a focus of both offense and defense. As Patton and Davis get a chance to have a conversation there at about midfield after the game, and Patton's going to make his way over and talk to a couple of other players on the Maroons. And Dowling is a team that faced Southeast Polk, as Coach Wilson told us earlier this week. He said, hey, Polk exposed some stuff for us. Ankeny didn't have that exposure of what Waukee or what Centennial did to help improve them. And they're going to have a quick turn with Polk playing Polk next week.
Yes, because that's another physical team. That's going to be bad. It's going to be 3 games in a row that they've been. You don't want to get out physical, so they want to heal up, get down there, and you want to get your weapons going. They just haven't found that rhythm outside the second half against Waukee. That first game, they haven't had the explosiveness. It's there. I think that the chance is there, but they just haven't had the chance to click. You have a new receiver there. You know, Patton's new, Williams is new, so I think that just getting the timing of those people into the flow of the offense is still going to take a while. You always want to look at progressing week to week.
All right, well, we'll have Centennial and Cedar Falls at last check. Cedar Falls was trailing Prairie 24-7. Centennial won tonight 31-6, so the Jags get their first win of the season, and they'll play Cedar Falls next week. We'll begin our coverage after 6 o'clock and have kickoff right around 7. For Jeff Brooks, for Tim Halber, for the rest of the crew here, for Jeff keeping us real, for Devin for bailing us out yet once again and the restart there early on. So thank you, everybody, for watching, listening, and we will see you next time. Dowling wins tonight 17-10. So long from Ankeny Stadium.